Soldiers screaming like banshees everywhere. Goal: wreck the pale weirdo. This Nux guy thinks he's the hero, saving the world. Started with a twist of fate. Duh, obviously. Humans, zombies, everyone versus this one dude. Squad goal: take down this nasty devil guy. Our boy still hears his ex-species words clearly. Confusing back then, don't let the devil bail alive. But one thing totally stuck in his brain. Bro, actually shed a single tear saying it. So kid goes solo mode. Zero fear of the mob. Just shits himself at the first monster he sees. Monster down. He crouches, staying low-key. XBFFS lock eyes. Getting way too close. Now, he's like, yo, why the sudden betrayal? Why deal with the devil, Nox? Why ghost us? Dude smirks. You sound just like him. We're way past talking it out now, right? Hero's like, maybe to you, but I actually care. Why did you ditch the whole squad? Nox goes, want peace? Just end me? Bro. They both knew it only ends one way. Hero says, fine. If that's what you really want, battle stance. Zombie Knights got his back. Nox points his sword, holding his ground against him. Zombie squad is hype. Following the leader. He's micromanaging the undead minions with magic. Nox is just wrecking anyone in swing range. Nox realizes the kid leveled up big time. Long hair swings his demon orb thingy, ready to hit. Block. Now, there are literally no. Kid says, if I gotta smash you to win, ... double quotes, ... and lead these zombies. Then whatever, let's go. Why'd Nox bail and leave us all traumatized? Why ghost the world? This fight's gonna drag on. Guess Nox just loves the loner life. But hey, in a duel, someone's gotta drop. 3 meters up, a sharp blade looms over his hair. A super sketchy, dark shadow. Scariest vibe ever. Guillotine is ready to chop. Guy looks toasted. Crowd is totally lost. What did His Excellency do to get canceled like this? VIP in the box is watching like it's reality TV. Kids don't get why they gotta shut up for the rich. Whole continent is basically on fire with war. Normies just gotta stay quiet and hide. The world was basically a total war zone back then. Blood everywhere in the east. The fighting just wouldn't quit. The fancy Marva's family got absolutely wrecked by this mess. Desperate times. Yeah, they call for crazy moves. Big shots do whatever. Little guys gotta steal to eat. Weaklings risk their necks 24/7 just to live. They're basically slow dancing with the Grim Reaper, waiting for his scythe to end their total nightmare. That was the horror show our continent turned into. Count Allen, head of the rival Sylvester crew, said he was super hyped for the upcoming drama. The crowd went dead silent. It was game over time. Everything was set up on stage for the big chop. The executioner just chilled their hands at his sides. Count Allen was like, yo, what's the holdup? Do it. The kid raised his blade and walked to the rope. The count screamed at him to quit stalling and cut. The guy lifted the blade, laser focused on the target. Ladies in the crowd covered their mouths to mute screams. The count stood up, totally glued to the action. Slash went the blade. Snap went the rope. Dark stuff. Sounded just like chopping meat at a butcher shop. Red blood splattered all over the white canvas, outlining the kid's face in a gross, metallic mess. Fate is such a cruel joke, honestly. This trauma is gonna weigh tons on the poor guy. He took out Run von Marwitz, deleted his dad. That's the cold, hard truth of it. Leon von Marwitz, the son, was the actual killer, who executed his own pops, the big boss of the family. These aren't your average rich snobs, by the way. They run things, but, like they say, heavy is the head. So, that massive burden of power should only go to those who can actually handle the grind. Leon, the new boss, sat at the table with his. Someone noted Sylvester's clout was blowing up daily. The day they'd finally go public. Attacked us. We gotta buff our defense. One guy cried. Another dude insisted the boss make a choice. Like, someone else wanted a wise and chill response. Leon stood up from the table, looking done. He told everyone to zip it and just wait a sec. He needed a moment to figure this mess out. The family complained that they couldn't wait around. He bailed, thinking the family was totally screwed. Dad kicked the bucket way too soon. So now I'm the big boss of the Marvis crew. I am barely 14, yikes. We used to be top-tier bone raisers, but now, total joke. Leon stared at his folks' old paintings. Yo, what's the play here? He wondered. Obviously, paint doesn't talk back. Ghosts are notoriously bad at texting advice. Still, Leon needed a clue. Badly. He just wanted his fam to not be losers again. He eyed the creepy pic over the exit. That was the founder, the guy who started this spooky mess. Everyone knew we blew up after Grandpa wrecked everyone in war, but since then, zero talent in the gene pool. Just a slow slide into a. It even got his dad. Leon walked into the study. This was where all the boring history lived. Founder Bellin was basically a cheat code. One hand wave and enemies went poof. He'd spam zombie waves until he won. Conquered the West in like 2 months, tops. Rumor has it, he sold his soul for hacks. Specifically, the creepy Necronomicon book gave him admin rights over death. Here, Leon spotted that exact cursed book. Super rare loot, dropped by the founder himself. The manual that made the Marvis name, the only legit undead wranglers around. He cracked it open, and bam, heard a voice. Voice goes, "Listen up." Leon jumped. What the heck? Telepathy in the quiet room. Even with magic blocked, he asked, "Who's there?" Voice said, "Chill out. Tiny human." "I'm cool," Leon replied. Receipts. Boom, magic glow-up appeared. Behind him, pulling him with weird force. Blinked and he's in a void. Glitch in the matrix. Giant monster lion pops up. Leon played it cool. "Where are we?" he asked, trying not to shake. Beast goes, "Wait, your dad didn't brief you? You mean run, my old man?" Big cat nods. "Yeah, Rune." But our connection just snapped. He swore. "Stupid Dark Lord, ruined my nap. Dude really known the end was near." The beast asked, "Who did this?" Leon replied that it was him. Yeah, his own kid. The beast raged, huffing like a runaway steam train. Lion growled, asking again, "Did you really waste my contract, guy?" Leon didn't blink. "Yep, I took out my own dad." Beast scoffed, "You're totally faking it, kid. Maybe you pulled the plug, but you ain't the real killer." Leon shrugged, admitting that wasn't the whole vibe, and the beast knew what was up. Beast figured he'd ignore the kid's mega depression for a sec. Lion sensed bad vibes, a total void inside him. What kind of drama has this kid seen? How's a shrimp packing that much magic juice? Beast eyed him, seeing all that angsty baggage. The lion thought it was bonkers. Kid could beat his gramps. Beast said, "Intro time. I'm Marvas, one of the 72 demons from down under. The guy who ghosted hell to chill with humans. Velen's BFF and the wiki source for necromancy, the Marvas fam's signature spooky trick." Leon was like, "I've heard the rumors. You taught the OG Marvas founder the dark arts, right?" Marvas nodded. "Yeah, I'm that exact demon dude. Stuck in a book now, but used to be a terror." Leon said, "Gramps hyped up the Black Lion Marvas a lot." The young man wondered why Marvas bailed on him eventually. Leo blinked. "Where'd you get that wild idea?" Kid explained, "No one since Velan was actually good. Isn't that proof Marvas totally ghosted them?" Leo wanted to set the record straight, real quick. "You guys flunked necromancy 'cause you're too weak. None of you could hold a candle to Velan's insane talent levels. That's why the fam flopped." Leon was like, "I believe ya." Leo noticed the kid gave up way too fast. Leon admitted that's just what happens to losers. Leo asked if he was chill about his dad dying too. Leon von Mar shot back, "Does it even matter now? Dad kick in the bucket wasn't anything special. Before you ditch us, I need a solid." Leo said, "Nope, favors are for chumps, where I get 0. With a demon, you gotta make a legit deal." Leon was like, "So this deal's about necromancy juice?" "Yeah." Since Marvas could dish it out, Lev asked, "Why do you want it, kid? What makes you so special to get this epic loot?" Lev wondered if the dude really thought he could level up that skill. Leon nodded, "'Cause honestly, if he was a total noob, the big boss demon wouldn't even be chatting with him. Usually normies lose all mana and trip out just talking to demons. Then when the demon gets bored, game over, you're toast." Leon figured since he wasn't dead yet, it meant one thing. He's legit. Lev thought, "Okay, kid's got skills and a massive brain." Marvas went, "Demon packs are strictly business." "Bro." Leon was like, "Bet. I won't forget." He admitted he wasn't dumb enough to think he had anything to trade. Lev cracked up. "That's what I like to hear." Marva said he was down to deal with the spooky squad's young boss. Leon asked, "So, what's the price tag?" Big guy. The beast got serious. "I want everything. Literally, all of you." Leon von Mar smirked. "Cool. Glad my trash self is actually worth a dime." The Marvis crew piled into the meeting room again. Drama time. The speaker went, "As you guys totally know, our current leader is basically running on 1% battery. Barely enough juice to pick lunch, let alone our future. So, as the cool uncle and closest relative, I'm taking the wheel on the big decisions now. I'll let you all spill your tea on my big announcement." Someone piped up, "Yeah, better than leaving it to the kid. Can't trust our lives to a total rookie. Sir Curcell is the absolute goat for this job." Another relative argued, "But Leon's the legit heir. We've never had a random side character take over as boss before." Someone yelled, "Who cares about rules? We're gonna die. The Sylvester clan goons are literally at our door." The guy said, "Look, I get why you're iffy about the rules, but y'all gotta get that picking a clueless kid equals total wipeout. Survival comes first." Mustache guy raged, "How can you even say that garbage? We're only sitting here 'cause the old boss let us in. We gotta fight till the end, not argue like hungry dogs. Even if the new boss is still loading, he won't. Just chill while his uncle steals his loot." Kirkle called that a solid but funny take. Guess Leon von Marveas had one true stand. Mustache guy asked what Kerschel meant. Kerschel said simps are too blind to spot trash. Kerschel told Pollen to get a clue. Did he think they met 'cause Kerschel cared? Pollen got salty, asking if it was staged. Kerschel said to use his brain, if not for him, then for his Kerschel said they met to pick the lesser evil. To survive, they just needed to be smart. Pollen felt he was just played by Lev said one thing was off. Changing the deal would nerf his powers. Though Rune was sweet and clueless as a contractor, he had way more mana than this kid. Leon recalled demons need human magic to recharge. Leon Van Marvas asked what the catch was. The lion mentioned a cool trick, but saved mana. Snapping, the lion made glowing energy float. Then, the lion poofed into a fluffy critter. He said keeping his real form was kinda hard. Leon noted he looked cute enough to be a pet. The demon raged. Call him cute again. He'd claw him. Leon Van Mar said he got it, but that sounded super nasty. The lion said if they were cool, let's roll. Leon asked if they were going somewhere. Dima, wanna be OP, like your ancestors. Yup. Lev said to get good. Follow their path. Leon Marvis said that made sense. Lev said they'd head to the secret shrine. It was risky. Was the kid down for whatever? Leon was shocked. Why'd out his grit? Demna lead if you can keep up. The fuzzball and his boy hit the forest road. It was the spooky Marvy's family forest. Demon said outsiders would get lost in this maze. The teen recalled his dad's words. Only the boss enters. Marvis noted none of his ancestors passed the test here. They failed the basic recs. Only legit Dark Soul types can even walk this path. So far, 0 people could clear step 1 and survive this fog. Leon admitted the mist was thick. His fluffball pet said, game on. Leon hit the stairs. The beast warned, watch it, boss. No backup now, just a pure vibe check. The critter had one last tip. Stick to the Necronomicon's rules. That book was the key to Epinec. Green weirdos blocked his path. They had a girl tied up like a pretzel. Leon booted up the magic book. It had the cheats for maxing out the relic. First hack, zombie raising. Leon drew his sword. A beast lunged, trying to own him. Leon poked back. Hard. Monster dropped. Leaking red stuff everywhere. Fast Leon's like, first one down. Let's keep moving. He remembered Dad's old lectures. Dad asked, what does our fam value most? Simple. We stand death. We boss the dead. So we respect the Reaper. Kid Leon was like, really though? Don't necros just delete people regardless? He asked, don't we need to be savage to get powerful? Dad nodded. You did your homework. We're scary dark mages. Sure, but we don't gotta be total jerks about it. Promise me this, kiddo. If you gotta kill, make it quick and chill. Be gentle. Leon wondered, does that apply to everybody? Surrounded by thirsty monsters. 0 help coming. He had to snipe their necks perfectly. Only safe way to drop M. The furball thought the kid looked clumsy, yet he was hitting spines like a pro. Pure luck or natural talent. Leon dropped one. Mostly luck. To be honest, goblins are sneaky trash. Fighting a mob? Bad idea. Hard to judge distance in the dark. Also, his vision was checking out fast. One torch died when the goblin did. Gotta get used to the dark, ASAP. Leon figured mashing buttons wasn't the play here. Instead of tanking the mob, he had to dodge and crit like a pro. Game on. He started deleting mobs left and right. Night vision finally kicked in, and the dark wasn't an issue. But his sword was wrecked. Goblin claws. 1. Blade. 0. Should have known a fancy dress-up sword would have potato durability. A goblin got in his face, winding up for a haymaker. Leon's ping was lower though. He countered instantly. The furball blinked. Wait, did he just eat his sword? Nope. Leon juked, grabbed the steel, and was ready to rumble. Shunk, goblin, kebab. Coming right up. He stepped over the loot drop and strolled off like a boss. Time to check on the NPC in distress. She was camping the spot exactly where he left her. She gave him the sparkly eyes. My hero, she gasped as he cut the ties. Then, total plot, twist. Leon just shoved his sword right through her gut. No hesitation. Dad gave me a tip about you guys, he quipped. Something about copycat monsters looking like people? Yeah. Her eyes started glowing like spooky LEDs. Pops taught me one other thing, Leon smirked. Scammers who play with feelings don't get the easy way out. You gotta taste that salty despair you fed everyone else. So, he figured the monster girl needed a crash course in getting wrecked one. Meanwhile, Kercel was chilling at the club with some ladies. One girl was hyping him up big time. Who needs a noob kid when we could have a silver fox like you running the show? Another girl chimed in. Totally, it's wild. Using the Sylvestus to level up. Big brain move. Mr. K, selling out to the bad guys to win. That's alpha energy. Kirk grinned. You're too kind. Sure, we gotta simp for the Sylvestris a bit. but it beats watching the house crash and burn under Leon, who's definitely gonna drive us off a cliff. Better, I take the wheel before that happens. History loves a winner, he shrugged. Then a cousin asked, so, what about the kid? The staff are fanboys of his dad, so kicking him might be or so he thought. Chilkasol waved. Leon's kinda tied up right now. We'll just drop the news. Tragic accident. Rip. Dead men tell no tales. The fam nodded along. Solid logic. Last time a corpse talked back was, what? 100 years ago. Unless we got a necromancer handy, we're good. Here's to the new boss. Someone raised a glass to Kirk, and the Marvis crew kept the party going. The Sylvester crib was absolutely popping with evil plots. Bossman bragged that crushing the Marvis crew was a total breeze. GR confirmed the setup was rolling, exactly the plan. Sneaky traitor Kersel was already in position. Now they just needed the palace's green light for war. The boss chuckled, thinking he'd skip a brawl. Total newbie mistake. Just 'cause the last war just wrapped? Please. Makes our job a total breeze. A cousin sucked up, praising the boss's massive brain. Boss eyed the traitor's pick. Name again? He asked. Cursed. Centuries of history ruined by one greedy idiot. Sylvester grinned. Tonight's gonna be fun. Don't be late. Dad's done. Now, the kid, he was dying to hear their pathetic sobbing. Leon knew once that light died, it was blackout time. He walked up to the mess he just made. Last one. Leon checked the wall torches. Demon Lord went, no freaking way. Never seen a partner this nuts before. The beast tackled him, totally hyped up. Marvis noted the disguise was flawless. Leon slashed it anyway, didn't even blink. Leon decided to skip orc camps forever. Word is, they hate humans the most. Demon Lord said to ignore that trash. He wondered how the kid spotted the spy. Easy peasy. The kid shrugged. The torches, one stayed lit, rest died. When they walked in, he instantly saw the flames were a funky color. Green fire. Yeah, super suspicious. Leon saw spooky shadows in there too. Kill a monster, torch goes out. Proof. But after wiping the gobs, one light stayed on. Meant one baddie was still lurking. So he stepped up to the girl. Can't proceed while that thing breathes. Demon Lord saw the kid was scary, calm, didn't expect a 14-year-old so sharp, hard to think when you might die, or act without freezing up. Yet he had the guts to stab her. Zero hesitation. Leon crushed it, soloing the whole squad. Dude's got way more juice than just a mana tank. Maybe he's hiding some secret op power inside. The big boss found this super interesting. Fuzzy Face said since the kid aced test 1, let's level up. He wrecked them. Now he's gotta raise them. Our hero was sweating bullets right now. How to deal, boss said. Peep the dead had to channel mana to his eyes for zoom mode. Bro did exactly as told. Demon Duke goes. See those strings on the boaties? Fluffy calls it the death line. Spooky stuff. Kid figured it was a wire straight to the afterlife. Basically soul Wi-Fi connecting both worlds. Boss says Necros Yanktos. Sticky souls out just to drag him back to life. Add some mana. Spice. Boom. Instant zombie. Boss was like, watch this hack. Kid watched a gobbo pop up and shamble over. Marva called it tagging your property. Other hacks exist, but this works on monsters. Leon stared at the gobbo. Got a crystal clear lesson. Marva goes, your turn. Rookie. Leon paused. Wait, quick question first. Old guy said zombifying humans is hardcore mode. Kid asked if the Demon Lord really thinks he can turn people. Marva smirked. You sound desperate. Kid nodded. Bus asked, who's the target? Leon Wendar, my uncle. Meanwhile, Mr. Kershel was rotting his brain with party girls. He dissed the old family head big time. Thought he was just naturally. Hashtag blessed or something. His pal agreed. Just got off the air. Then Kershel's life gets way easier. Kershel figured crushing the kid is easy. Kershel yelled, bottoms up. Boys, figured this win called for a mega party. Suddenly, boom. Whole place shook. What the heck? The magic shield should have blocked it? Something way stronger than wind. Rocked the house. Kirk shushed the girls. Kershel screamed, we got a crasher. He bragged that nobody had the guts to flatline him on his own turf. Leon popped out of nowhere, asking, yo, where's that ego coming from? The kid looked ready to throw hands. Kirk sneered, look who it is. The family loser finally shows up. He snapped his fingers, and his goon squad rolled up behind him. Leon smirked. AEW, nice of you to finally notice me. Uncle. Kershel rolled his eyes. Dropping by unannounced. Kinda rude, don't you think? You got actual business? Or just here to annoy me? Leon laughed. Weird question coming from you. Since when does the boss need a permission slip to visit a lab? You want an RSVP next time? Get real. Real lords do what they want, Kershel shot back. But we both know you ain't that guy. Kershel grinned. Scared. I'm gonna snatch your spot as head of the fam. Spoiler. It's already happening. And daddy's not around to bail you out anymore. Leon shrugged. True. Guess I gotta watch my own back now. If you're so smart, the uncle mocked, why show up solo? Total suicide mission. Unless you got an extra life stashed away? Bold of you to assume I'm riding solo. Leon grinned. Kirk blinked, confused. Say, what? I literally only see you, kid. Then the vibes got weird. Like, really weird. Not just magic, ... The spooky, forbidden kind. He knew that. Chip felt like staring into a black hole. Way too intense for normal folks. Uncle's jaw dropped. Did this kid seriously bring the undead? Boom. Zombie goblins everywhere. You guessed it. Leon winked. Panic time? Uncle K finally asked the real question. How? Even your dad couldn't pull this off. What's wrong? Leon teased. The Marva fam just got its groove back. The uncle screamed at his squad. Get 'em. Mash those nasty. Guards rushed in, but these goblins weren't average punching bags. The little monsters fought dirty, totally wrecking the guards, who didn't know what hit them. Since when are zombies this buff? Uncle K looked legit terrified. This was way past a normal bad day. Unless he was hallucinating, the kid was a full-blown necrom. Time to boss up. He revved up his own special mojo. A nasty ball of dark energy swirled in Kirk's hand. What kind of cheap trick is this? He shouted, mocking our ancestors. Leon tilted his head. Is it really that weird that the boss can boss around the dead? Garbage. Kirk spat. That magic is ancient history. It's gone. Even the last chief couldn't do it. And I'm supposed to believe a useless brat like you cracked the code. I'm not buying a ticket to this clown show. Lay inside. Uncle was being such a boomer, refusing to buy it. Time for a live demo. Huge mistake on his part though. Leo waved, and his zombie squad shambled forward. I'll wreck you. Kirk yelled, eating a shadow blob. Boom. The blast knocked the creepy crawlies back. Smoke cleared. The zombies looked a bit beat up, but they were still standing. Proof they were legit undead. Kerschel screamed 4 guards to save his butt. He kept chucking shadow orbs, but the monsters just tanked the hits. Dude wouldn't admit he was a total magic noob. You'll regret this. Kerschel raged. Like he wasn't the real backstabber here. Goblin walked up and shanked him. Bleeding out, Kerschel gasped at the kid. Betraying family. You're cancelled. Leo recalled some history book he read with Dad. There are winners and losers. Time sorts them out. Kerschel fumed. Is this kid lecturing him? Leo said even cold guys gotta learn the lesson. He totally gets it now. Forgiveness is for winners. Leo noted Uncle used to be a winner. Like back when he backstabbed Dad to save himself. Times change. Kerschel yelled at him to shut his trap. Have a terrible trip. Hope you suffer. Leo smirked. Dear. Kid vowed to enjoy crushing him. Punishment time. The monsters swarmed him. Clan leaders, orders. You're done, Leo said. The demon lord thought, kid's a freak. Knew it. Kerschel got wrecked. Furball wondered how the noob was so pro. Looked like he'd been doing this for 10 years. Leo told the demon he had a wild idea. The fam waited for the boss in the meeting room. Someone asked, why the sudden meeting? Again. They just guessed. Baldy said, it must be serious. Something definitely went down. Maybe how Sylvester attacked? Total mess. Seeing how their fam is a dumpster fire are in. Everyone was like, no way how Sylvester is crazy enough to trash our truce. Like, are they for real? Plus, starting a war needs the king's thumbs up. Duh. Whatever, we just gotta chill and see. Uncle K was the MVP. Leon crashes the party. Dude just strolls up to the boss chair, like he owns it. Everyone's jaws dropped. Like what is even happening? Wasn't this Uncle K so confused? Why's the kid here? Finally fighting Unc for the crown. Leon goes, y'all were expecting my uncle, huh? Bad news. Kerschel's ghosting us today. Can't make it. Leon sits. 'Cause he kicked the bucket. Room went dead silent. Total shock. Wait, what happened to the guy? Leon's like, I ended him. Stares them down. We good? Anyone else want to speak up? One guy flips. If that's true, spill the tea, right now. How you gonna just off the oldest VIP, right after the funeral? Not cool. Boss or not, you answer to the squad. Leon drops the mic. Kerschel was a snitch. Everyone shook. Pure panic mode. Dude leaked family secrets to the enemy. Total snake. Tried to steal my spot. Wanted to be boss, so I handled it. Game over. Leon goes, one thing's weird though. Guy was a rat, yet y'all are defending him. Kinda sus. Relative thinks. Wait, Uncle K called this meeting. If he's a no-show, ... then yeah, he's definitely toast. Bald guy's stunned. How'd a kid clap a veteran like that? Whatever. Forget Kirkle for a sec. If this kid soloed the boss with zero help, he's a... Dude stood up. Acting innocent? Oh my god, Kerschel did what? That's wild. Another guy's like, don't look at us, we didn't know. Who knew he was plotting all that shade? Leon's like, zip it. Maybe true, he says, but y'all were sleeping on the job. Ignoring the drama, right under your noses. They realized they just got played. Baldy asks, you got receipts? Proof. Was he really a snitch? No proof means you just whacked a good guy. Leon smirked. You guys reacted exactly how my genius pal predicted. The fam gasped. Who's this so-called genius? Poof. A fluffy demon lord spawned on Leon's shoulder. Cute, but deadly. Want receipts? He asked. Fine. Let's expose Uncle's dirty laundry. Leon puffed his chest out. As the true heir of the Marva's clan, I summoned the— Boom! Armed zombie monsters spawned. The crowd realized, oh snap, that's necromancy. But how's the kid pulling that off? Another ghoul popped up. Uncle Kershell. Did he just unlock the fam's lost dark arts? One cousin whispered. Leon cracked a book. Spill the tea, uncle, before your brain rots. A relative stuttered. How? Leon rolled his eyes. Ugh. Stop asking that. Why the shock? Raising dead dudes is our family biz. Remember? The guy freaked out and screamed. Run for your lives. But nope, nobody was going anywhere. Suddenly, his head just went splat. Game over. The survivor dropped down, begging. Sorry, shaking. He looked up at the kid with big eyes. Leon glared. Sit tight. The party's just getting started. Y'all gotta listen to the boss until I'm done talking. Zombie Kershell went feral, proving he's total monster now. Leon asked again. Did any of you not know about his dirt? Kershell roared that everyone betrayed the old boss. Every single one of you knew he was a snake. A trembling cousin begged. Please, Lord Leon, chill. Others swore they'd totally be good now. Baldy begged for a chance to prove he's Team Leon. Too late, monsters were already breathing down their necks. While the beast snacked, Leon casually read his By my power as boss, Leon announced, I declare the dark arts are officially back in style. Leon scanned the room. Traitors, toast. Now he had to find Sir Paul. Just then, someone peeked out. An aide whispered, Pollen's in jail for starting drama. Leon told the kid, lead the way. Leon paused. You can bail if you want. He said, but I can't promise you'll make it. The staff were too petrified to even twit. Leon figured they'd be smart. Elsewhere, Sylvester got a letter. Sylvester read it. Looks like the Empire dumped the Marvis clan. His aide noted. Besides, Old Glory. This family is actually totally lame. Their cash and manpower are a total joke. Syl noticed they were totally out of luck. Whatevs, Plan A is still a go. Syl bragged Marva's house gets wrecked next month. Total noble brawl. Syl checked the request. His sidekick was like 100% sure. Dude, Syl asked, so they're totally toast? Unless a pro-necro pops up at Marvis after 100 lame years, or OG Velen zombies out. If so, us losing. Impossible. Syl claimed a W meanwhile in the dungeon. Mr. Pollen did the whole and his knees begging thing. Leon knew Pollen was real fam, the only one who defied. The guy had to draft him? Leon said, yo, stand up. Boss said, we're swamped. I need your skills. Pollen blinked. Me. Help? How? Leon said, first, go scrub off, get fresh, then hit my office. They'd talk. Pollen swore he was down for whatever. Demon Lord went. So, what's the play? Contractors call. Pollen showed up, scared of risks. Meeting Sills while faking Kirk. No way. Pull said it needed insane skills to copy his vibe. Leon cast a spell. This work. A mob spawned, turned into Kirk. Pull freak. How was boss so chilled about this? He zombified his own uncle. Others warned him. But still, ... Whoa! Rumors were legit. Boss is a necro pro. Pollen recalled Marvessa's glory days day. Had it all. Why is the universe hating on them? Pull guess zombie Kersal might fool Syl's crew briefly, but they'd catch on. Zombies can't mimic chat, writing, or vibes. Leon said that was true if it was just Kirkle's corpse, but this was a lucky doppelganger find. It copies personality, memories, and skills. Pull was shook, but now believed they'd win. Leon remembered. Stabbing that basement girl. That was the Leon asked the mob's name. Demon Lord said, doppelganger. Floofy said, it clones, vibes, memories, and skills. This creepy lil dude loves strolling stragglers who lag behind. Wipes the OG, then snacks on the unsuspecting squad. Leon was already brainstorming on how to exploit this beast for his own selfish gains. Later, Leon popped his necro skills and revived the wrecked girl. Demon Lord figured. Nice gift for his precious kiddo. Leon asked Furball if the mimic was chill to work with. Big Boss shrugged. Yeah, no objections. But warned, it only copies peeps you've met OP magic users. Nah, can't clone those. The shadowy boss asked if he got it. Kid's talented, but a total noob. Even if Leon trapped his uncle's ghost, loyalty's shaky if he can't hold on tight. That soul would just go poof, zero. Demon Lord said, only bail on the fam if you got a plan B. Leon stood tall and shouted, ghost my own fam. Never happening. He knew if he bailed, Sylvester would wreck the staff. Boss asked, you dying for them? For real? Yep, 100%. Fluffy was confused. Just 'cause of some hero complex? Like what? But whatevs, bigger fish to fry now. Stuff they couldn't snooze on. So boss said, go zombify that jerk already. Leon's got plans. He asks, you know this creep? Fluffy goes, yeah, Velen's fave toy. Super useful, but dude's kinda annoying. Leon commanded, yo soul, obey the Marva's heir. Get your butt back to the living world. Weirdo appears. Marva's yells, Crow, wakey wakey, quit slacking. How long you gonna nap? First gig in centuries. Look normal. Crow hissed, weirdly. Tried morphing human, ... fail. He sneered. This boss is too arrogant for a stray cat. Demon Lord raged. I'll delete you. Crow went full human. Dude, I'm already dead. Can't kill me twice. Leon and Crow stared. Vibes were matching. Totally twins. Pooland. If we clone Cursel's vibe perfectly, fooling Sylvester is easy peasy. Pooland hyped the trick. Gotta see this happen no matter what. Leon smirked. Music to my ears? Sirpy. Pooland added. One last cue though. Something was bugging him, so he just had to ask. Clearly, the Sylvesters were gonna beg to raid Marva's turf again. But he had a hunch Leon wasn't planning on running away. Even though bailing out would boost his survival odds, Leon flashed back to the demon boss's advice, which was basically, don't leave unless you've got a solid exit plan. Leon's comeback? Simple. My turf, my responsibility. I'm the boss. Paul was down to help, but was like, okay, but why though? Leon admitted, heat, honestly, racked his brain trying to figure a way out of this mess. He claimed, no secret plots or hidden agendas. Just wanted to prove he didn't suck as a leader. Step 1. Figure out what being a leader even means. Still totally clueless on that part though. So, plan B. Stall for time until he gets it. Which meant stopping anyone trying to rob them blind. As long as he didn't mess up like his dad did and kept defending his stuff, he'd eventually figure out his why. That was the big question. That was literally all his brain had right now. Wow, this family really hit rock bottom. Kids got issues, but Boss Demon says, you're my master. Disrespecting the contract. Bold move. Leon noted Marbus didn't exactly care about manners either. Marbus shrugged. I'm me, but you suck at reading the room. Leon owned it. Fair, how'd you know though? Vibes, said Marbus. Plus, Crow worked for Villain. Basically, the assassin was a family heirloom. Loyal killer, total pro. Served your uncle. Got it, said Leon. Makes sense. Shapeshift. Pretty handy trick for a hit. Crow smirked. I'm the best. Unlike that stuck-up for Marbus snapped. Not a cat. I'll yeet you into the abyss for that sass. While the demon and bird were literally throwing hands, Leon realized Crow was perfect. Hey, Leon cut in. Can you mimic my dead uncle? Piece of cake. Crow replied. What's the play? Marbus warned Leon. Careful. Crow has zero sense of humor. Keep it straight or he'll mess it up. Knock knock. Letter from the Paul yelled. He rushed in to hand it over. Yohas. Marvas. The letter read, you guys slack hard. Sitting around eating while your people suffer. Not cool. Count Allen and the Sylvesters just dropped a diss track on House Marva, demanding a noble showdown. If the Marva's crew, rage quits now, no war. Just big hugs for everyone. If they leave us unread, our army pulls up in a month to delete everything. Signed by Count Allen, co-signed by the Emperor himself. Legit. Leon was salty. They had to wait a whole month. Marvas asked if the sudden drama was scary. Demon Lord was like, clock's ticking, fam. Could have run to level up, but Leon said, nah, bet. I meant the opposite. Dude wasn't sure he could survive the boredom of waiting, Demon told his psycho. Partner the ops had hundreds of units. A way bigger throat than his lame uncle. Fluffy asked if he's really gonna beef with the Sylvester. Leon's like, chill, we're totally Gucci. No mercy this time. He can clap them all guilt-free. Rumor has it Sir Kirkle ghosted overnight. Bad vibes since the old boss just kicked the bucket. Everyone hoped the young lord wasn't cooked. Townies didn't expect a raid yet. But joke's on him. Poulin told them to zip at loose lip-sync ships. Tailing Poulin through the plaza was the young boss with a fuzzball on his shoulder. Loco saw him and hit a respectful bow. Claimed they only shared tea found on the timeline. They gave him the sorry for your loss speech. Losing an uncle now, big yikes. Super Sag. Imagine the pain. But Leon goes, uncle's actually alive. Just caught a nasty bug, but he'll bounce back. Kids thought faking his uncle's survival was big brain energy. Leon knew, if you gotta troll enemies, you gotta prank friends first. Leon told Pollen to keep the minions quiet. Poulin asked why bro came downtown. Leon's like, cool, but I gotta scope this myself. Kid sensed a crazy, magic vibe coming from that building. Told Pollen to wait outside. Lock the door, fam. Don't let anyone in or out. 0 creepers allowed. Inside was total chaos. Junk everywhere. Some dudes were cleaning the mess. Leon saw a cat boy and asked, is that him? Demon Lord said, yeah. That's the guy. Weirdo was scrubbing bloodstains with the Marvas hated seeing such sick talent get flushed down the drain. He said his squad was totally blind, so not much he could do. Leon von Marvis rolled right up to the dude and was like, "Gotta say." The kid bowed, sputtering apologies. Things were crazy thanks to some rowdy customers acting up. They'd be super hype if his lordship swung by later instead. Lady booted the guy, yelling at Walter to watch his mouth. She told the noble, sorry for dealing with the trashy beast dude. Totally, just a freak accident. She called her helper a dumb mutt for cluelessly chatting up via. She went on about how they were standing in the presence of the Marva family's youngest big shot. Walter was like, my bad. I'm a total noob and didn't know. Leon repeated, he just wanted a quick minute of his time. The lady beamed, saying she'd be honored and was totally free. Leon snapped back that he wasn't talking to her. He needed the kid. Walter was obviously shook. Walter had zero clue why the rich kid wanted him. Leon flexed his magic, instantly patching up all of Walter's cuts. Leon asked one last time if the guy had a sec to chat. The lady cut in again, claiming the beast guy was her property, claiming he wasn't allowed to make his own plans. Anything the young boss needed had to go through her. Leon realized the owner wasn't around when he grabbed Uncle Soul. Guess she was clueless, since he'd already wiped the witnesses. Leon said, cool. In that case, he had a few questions. First off, since when was owning people legal in this duchy? Second, it had been a hot minute since the last boss died, so why were people still treating him like a joke? Leon asked if she seriously didn't see him as the rightful ruler. The demon lord chimed in that his contractor nailed it. He might look like a kid, but dissing a demon summoner is dumb. Leon added, he wasn't just interested in the beast dude either. If she had other slaves, she'd better release them right now. She had 10 minutes, and he wasn't going to be nice about it. Then the lady asked if the kid was ready for the fallout. She sarcastically noted she'd forgotten her manners again. Leon said he'd let it slide if she just admitted she messed up. Honestly, he'd heard way worse insults before. Walter asked why the Lord was being so chill to a worthless slave. The mistress screamed for backup, and guys grabbed random weapons. The armed goons jumped straight at the young noble. Leon cracked his book, chanted a spell, and blasted dark energy. Right then, a bunch of undead monsters spawned in the room. They instantly started wrecking the mistress's henchmen. The bad guys panicked, screeching like chickens and scrambling for cover. Leon hit up the goblin. Yo! Trade swords! Mine's busted. Leon dove into the brawl. Started hacking. Seconds later, the goons were toast. The boss lady gasped. How's this kid so ripped? Leon turned to Walter and dropped some truth. Think you're trash? Nah, you're actually legit. I need you on my squad. Like for... The beastman was confused. Me? Useful to a lord? Walter felt like a zero. Just a hobo, wandering the map with no goal. Kids used to bully him, calling him furry scum. He never got why humans were such cruel jerks. Back in the day, he was just a clueless noob. Now, he totally gets it. Why can't you creeps just leave me alone? No logic. Just hate, because he was different. Walter just couldn't compute the stupidity. Hated just for existing what a vibe killer? Then it hit him, he'd been way too naive. One day, he snapped and went full beast mode. Figured he really was the monster they claimed, so he bailed. The lady sneered. What's your deal? Think your teen angst scares the big boss. You're a useless brat. You can't stop us. Leon smirked. You're kinda right about the past. But I'm done being a useless scrub. No more watching injustice from the sidelines. I'm taking over House Marves, like a boss. And trash like you. You're evicted. He summoned his zombie minions again. She was finished. Walter eyed Leon. Is he a psycho? Weirdly, he wasn't catching any scary vibes. Leon grinned. Want to join my guild? You got skills. Walter hesitated. I'm a demon wolf. Bruh, we're the lowest tier. Hated by everyone. I'm pretty much destined to be bullied. Sick of being treated like a stray, Leon said. That ends now. Look, I don't know the full lore, Leon admitted, about your wolf pack and the drama. But if haters bother you, we'll shut them down. You won't have to take their crap anymore. You're officially part of the Marvis crew. Walter got I'm down to serve, boss. The massive castle stood smack in the city center. Messenger pulls up. Emperor Stabenheim was there. Vibe it. Beside him stood Louis, the Empire's golden boy prince. Lou asks, why this vassal dude, Yelder? Crash the party. Elders like got fan mail from the Sylvester crew. Lou sighs, I'm busy running the world, fam. Real problems. Gotta deal with drama from the counts to a... Pops won't like it. Elder grins. Nah, it's spicy tea. Elder knew the prince was the one actually calling shots. Couldn't risk getting cancelled by him? Lou paused, then smirked. It was about the Marvis squad. Elder saw it was about Lou's hated rival from the Dark Fam. He said, let's hype up House Sylvester and wreak havoc. Time to eat our common enemy into the sun. For real. But yo, Marvis peeps do necromancy. Spooky stuff. Fighting him openly could get messy fast. Elder nods. you're sharp as heck, my lord, but their air is a total flop. No skills left there. Sylvester fam is buff now. They can crush Marvas easy. The prince was like, that's lit. Let's roll. Perfect time to wreck those grave robbers. Elder swore to handle it for the Empire's clout. Lewis thanked his dad for the sweet hookup. Finally, ditching that old headache, long live Pops, he said. His rep is safe with me. Soon, I'll own it all and run it my way, he thought. Leon Marvas got the squad together for a chat. Poulin was like, normies still hate Beastman, bro. He gave him a magic blink. Put this pendant on. We stand Walther, but the public is judgy right now. Poulin said it wasn't worth the drama for the boss. The bling made his ears and tail vanish. Leon goes, listen up guys, need to discuss serious biz. First, swear loyalty. No fake promises. Okay, you ready to simp for me forever, or what? Poulin cried a bit and swore his whole life away. I'm riding with House Marvis till I die. Crow told the new boss. Not bad. Kid. The kid totally charmed the old dude. Marva's vibes were all about Owen and Owen. Walter Nell too. Leon was like, that's you guys, not me. Crow asked, who you chatting with now? Leon suggested signing a mana contract to make it legit. Refuse, and I'll assume you're bailing. Mana deals twist everyone's energy into a knot that ties your destinies together forever. You can spill tea safely since blabbing means you're dead meat. Leon was like, cool, let's roll. He did a hand-wavy thing, used his hacks, and set up the magic deal. A pact dripping with heavy magic vibes popped up in front of the squad. The Goth Lion, basically their clan's demonic sponsor, said he'd spec. Kitty Boz announced he let the loyal homies link their souls to Marva's power. Lev hyped it up. The Zombie King is back, baby. Leon was like, chilled with the theatrics. They're his crew, so show respect. Lev agreed. The deal was done. Ghost on us, and you lose your soul. Backstabbing equals doom. Poulin swore he wasn't that dumb. Is this the original demon the founder vibed with? Explains the kid's creepy Dedrazen skills. Walter sensed insane magic energy. Who is this Leon guy anyway? And what's up with the scary kitty? Walt figured the fluffy cat was high. Pull shut him up instantly. Demon boss paused. Did he just get Poulin panicked, claiming Walt was just shook by Mr. Marvis. Epicora. Kid had never seen such a flex. Demon boss ordered. Keep my existence on the low, fam. No slip-ups allowed. It's war. Leaks mean game over. Only the squad can see him. Marvis hinted the rich kids are obsessed with Kirk. Walt recalled the lady got a message for Lord Kirk. Boss said, that's our objective. Leon asked for the note. Crow was like, I gotcha. Crow smirked, bragging, he always loots the drops. He held a heavy box, stuffed with insane bling. Marvis called him a greedy scrub. Since he wrecked the place, and boss the owner, Crow looted everything. Leon checked the loot box out. Leon grabbed the mail, and said, bingo, found it. Demon boss admitted Crow wasn't totally useless. Crow fished for praise. Leon, just read the note. Ellen Wesbeg and Marva's haters to listen up. Sylvester House announces that per the Emperor's orders, they're throwing hands. Even with Duke's status, they're ghosting their duty to Emperor Louis. Slacking on the job is a major crime, so he's Kaline, out for the crown. I'll give him exactly 1 month. If they quit now, war's off. But House Marvez gets rebranded House Sylvester for being messy. If they fight, gotta prove it in a duel. Signed, Lord Al. Demon Boss was like, a month? Kinda short. Leon didn't care, just had a funny idea. Since he can now boss the zombies with his brain, it's gonna be wild. Leon's got a special job for Crow. Message E said the war invite hit Marva's house. Safe. Dude couldn't even describe Kirsch's face. Looked so sad they almost ended him right there. Al lol bet Kirsch is totally losing it. Now, Al said keep him alive. Dude's a useful clown. Let the clan stay in his clumsy hands for a bit. Al asked about the kid who's the real heir. Sidekick said there's 0 T on him. Kirsch probably took him out already. Sidekicks? Like, why worry? Kid's useless. Al goes, what's the cruddiest thing ever? Guys said he ain't a genius. So he Al said fighting a boss. You can't beat his dumb. Just watch your world crash and burn. Nothing's worse. Al asked, what causes that? Simple answer, just pure talent. Skills so crazy you shake, just seeing him. Guy was shook. You mean some Rondo kid has that kind of skill? Al meant the Marva's bloodline. None left now. But with those genes, who knows? Gotta look at the odds. Crow said the whole scene was totally epic. Talking's weird for him, but he mimics it perfect. Crow flexed he's got better magic than Seeing Crow and Marv's new fight, Walt asked if it's always this loud. Pull said hush, up to survive longer. Leon gave Walt a wall sword. Only a month left. Time to get Leon told the kid to show off his skills. Walt asked, if I'm useless, am I fired? Yup. Why keep a noob who dies easy? Walt said he'd crush anything to earn his spot. Then the kid goes, if he If he dominates as the MVP, can he snag a favor? Leon was down. Pullen added, kid needs a real gym then. His skills are gonna max out fast. If he spars with the Marvay's elites, the Demon Lord Grinwalter's not the only newbie. Leon was also way below his max stats. Leon agreed. No time to waste. Let's grind. The duo unleashed combos on some practice spheres. Leon also flexed his creepy side, summoning zombies. A skeleton popped up, fully decked in heavy gear. Walter didn't blink. He charged the bony nightmare. Kids got skills. The ghoul got totally wrecked. Battle over. Walter took a knee for the boss. Leon welcomed him to the squad. He's official now. Top tier knight status unlocked. 1 month later, War Day finally dropped. Alan shouted out a diss for the Marvis boss. I offered a chill way out, Alan sneered. But you, stubborn idiots, chose violence. You're all gonna get wiped, civilians included. The Demon Lord told the squad to stay frosty. He could smell the terror on the enemy troops. All that screaming, just hiding their nerves. Alan bragged, Team Sylvester has the high ground. As if, the Lord laughed. We leaked your plays. Pullen nodded. If Kershaw was still kicking, Team Marvas would have rage quit immediately. Funny enough, him dying actually freaked them out. Humans are glitchy, fluffy, sigh. They panic as, so why haven't they tapped out? Got a cheat code? Their confidence is gonna crash soon. Even a pro gets shaky in a real fight. Pull shrugged. True, but a mob can win by Marvis scoffed. My guy can solo their entire army. Zero stress. Fluffy yawn. Lord Leon is way more OP than he looks. Marvis admitted the kid's talent is insane. Leon flipped the switch. Mana flooding. Zombie time. The ghouls rushed them. Total chaos ensued. Nothing but the sound of grinding metal. Undead units were unkillable, wiping the floor with them. Fluffy Punk, level 1 summon, and he's only been magic for a week. Yet, he reads mana flow like he's asleep. This kid's talent was actually insane. Crow agreed, calling him a total prodigy. Like the OG boss, he'd prove his worth in blood. Soon, he'd snag everything he craved. Crow teased, even his precious peanuts. Forget nuts. Fluffy he'll master forbidden time, magic. Leon declared it was finally over. They'd won. So, what's the next drill? Crow was hyped for the next level too. The Demon Lord brought up new skills. Know any dark magic? Fluffy asked. Leon shrugged. Just the basic stuff. That trash your uncle did? Forget it. Leon argued it depended on the caster. With how fast the founder crushed the East, thinking it was just zombies is dumb. Necromancy's just one flavor of dark arts. It's all about raw mana and mad skills. Pull gave props to the ARG. Marvis blinked. Don't I count? Nay, you're not a follower. We were fought Marvis dissed Crow for hiding behind a contract. I ain't hiding from a silly kitten. Crow shot back. Leon told them to quit beef. Just show me the cool spells already. One condition first, Marvin noted. You gotta dive deep into your own brain. FYI, your mind is basically a fuel tank, stuffed with crazy amounts of magic juice. Master that, and war becomes easy mode. But dark magic is a massive mana hog. Floofy said, don't sweat it though. You got mana stats, just like your ancestor. Unsure if that was good, Marvis figured. He had to risk it for the family rep. It's pretty sketchy though, the demon noted. Only one hack to unlock that mana fast, but I can't promise you'll stay in one piece. Marvis saw a spark in Leon's dead eyes. Looking back, Leon only wanted one thing. First, empty your mana tank to 0. The kid was dangerously curious. Then his gut instinct had to take over. Thirst for power rules. Leon drained it and stumbled. Pull caught his master just in time. Pollen flipped out. Boss, stop playing hero. Marvis yelled. Back off. Trust the guy, okay? Pullen argued. He's leader, sure, but he's a kid. Crow smirked. He might be the GOAT of contractors. Marvis added, with his insane stats. Rivaling V. Yeah. He'll breeze through. Walter cheered. He did it. Hail the Sword King. Seeing Leon out cold, Walter wailed, don't die on us. Pullen sighed. Take a chill pill, man. Walter swah. I believe, boss beats anything. The Demon Lord mused. Humans ... boring. But this kid's cracked. No shock, the Marvis clan nearly folded. Leon blinked. Pitch black. Zero vision. Then bam. Ancient ruins. Dude in the square. The guy waved. Had a hunch. We'd meet. It was Dad. Let's take a walk, he said. We need to chat. Leon trailed him silently. Dad said, you're here, so you want to wake up your mojo? The teen scoffed. Didn't come for a daddy-son bonding set, but my crew needs me. Gotta get that W for them. Dad smirked. Lucky kid. But you get, I'm just a brain ghost, right? Alan smoked me. I'm just a magic echo now. I had 0 talent. Fate's a total troll. Doesn't matter now. I can still be useful. Leon knew he'd flopped on getting clan support. Failed the Necronomicon test too. Dad's side, new plan time. Back when I was alive, I coded a spell to dump ancestor mana to you. At first, you'll just handle a chunk, but it'll make you the undisputed boss. Leon frowned. I remember you saying mana theft is super sketch? Dad nodded. Yeah, it can fry your brain. Dad saw. Leon was actually tuned in. Mana has ID tags. Can't just swap it. But you're a glitch in the system. Just picture yourself as blank paper. Only founder Valone had that pure, bug-free mana. Dad reached out and a ball of high-tier magic glowed right there. You got the genetic jackpot, son? You are who you are. Can't change that. Time's up, the guy said, looking up. Dad swore they'd definitely hang out again later. Still had tons to teach the kid. Tossed him a glowing mana nuke. Leon thawed. Whoa, never felt juiced this serious before. His chest started glowing like crazy. Felt insanely buff instantly. Boom, a necklace appears. Pops calls, the bling greed, 'cause like the name says, it eats everything in sight. Dad was like, don't forget this, okay? Leon's all I got. Dad says they'll meet when he really needs it. Leon bows, hoping that day comes, ASAP. Then poof, Lion vanished from the spot. Dude thought, if fate's chill, my son's gonna be a superstar. Bummer, he won't be around to see it. Who knows if this power leads to glory or total doom. Leon's in bed, crew hovering, waiting for him to wake up. Pooland asks, yo, is the boss actually waking up? Trusts the boss, but the kid is barely 14. Dude hasn't even had his first kiss yet. If he croaks, how do I face his ghost dad? Demon Lord says, if the kid can't handle a basic test, they'll meet in hell real quick. Poolin needs to quit the pathetic. Worrying, Walter's like, he's got this. Bro, just chill. No need to stress. Crow says the old guy is being way too dramatic. Suddenly, Leon starts leaking a huge mana cloud. Now Floofy gets why the boss took so long. Walter asks, what's up with this thick magic fog? Fluffy says, he's coming back. Look sharp. Demon Lord warns. Stay alert, guys. He won't be the same scrub we used to know. Leon wakes up, eyes open. Okay, I get it now. Why does my chest feel so heavy though? Move Marvin. Walter keeps swinging his sword around. Leon brought back a massive chunk of mana for Walter. Cut to House Sylvester. 4 days before the Noble War, Alan says, it's go time. Bose tells his fighters to listen up good. Marva City's history is about to get deleted. Alan says, we're writing the new story. Follow me. Troops, cheer. Alan leads the squad over rough ground. Path went right through a creepy old graveyard. Alan tells Kerschel his buddy found an enemy weak spot. Pretty smart move. Honestly, least I could do since Sylvestra totally hooked me up, Kerschel shrugged. Dude, one thing still throws me off, Alan admitted. Figured these emos would guard their dead peeps way harder. Putting troops in the open. Total rookie mistake. Kerschel smirked. They're bone wizards, not geniuses. Bet they're scared to wreck their grandpa's cribs. Alan scoffed. Their rep got dragged, but they're still flexing like it matters. Yo, why? The pause. Alan blinked. Spill it. Nah, we're good. Let's bounce. Kerschel led. Then, Alan spotted a squad of haters rolling up. Leon and Walter were leading the pack. All according to plan, Leon grinned. Glad you showed. Came to watch you losers flop. Alan shot back. But wow, brought a whole army. Overkill much. Nice show. Alan drew his blade and slashed Kerschel's head popped off. Bro, it spoke midair. Only boss can slice me. Pop. Head back on. Well, that was a trip. Kerschel grinned. Alan froze. But I literally just decapitated you. Whatever. Marva's boss is gonna pay for this sass. Think this lame squad can beat the Sylvesters. Please. Disrespecting my fam like that. Rude. You've got it twisted. Leon laughed. Can't be insulted if you're not scary. Why else fight? Leon waved. Time to humble you guys real quick. Then he went full necro mode. Boom. Zombie army burst out of the dirt. Necromancy. Alan gasped. You catch on quick, Leon teased. Sounding shocked that Alan surprised to see magic from a wizard. Alan recalled. What's the most unfair thing ever? Fighting a boss you have zero chance of beating. Fighting back is totally useless. Just watching your world crash. Nothing sucks more. Why? Simple. Just pure, crazy talent. Talent so wild it makes you shake, just seeing it. Gotta check the stats. You know, against the zombies, Sylvester's crew was getting wrecked. But one dude went hero mode and wouldn't quit. Just a kid, Alan thought. Talent or not, he's toast. The kid spotted Leon and charged straight at him. Swords clashed, metal screeched, eyes locked, intense. But wait, it wasn't Leon standing there. Move, he raged. But Walter was guarding Leon. He stepped up, back off. No touching the V. Total job description. He wasn't quitting. Zombies swarmed hard. The dudes had to bail. Alan pinged the Mage squad. Blast some nerds. Alan swung his blade. Team rush. Go, go. They went beast mode. The zombies fell back. I'm straight up savage. Alan smirked. No BFF. I'm the bravest dude alive. Sylvester was like, ready for payback. Kiddo. Either way, You're toast. Regret. Please. Leon grinned. Wrong twice. Let me spill the tea. He opened the creepy book. Revenge. Boring. You're way too weak to delete me. Bro. That's it. Mic drop. Flashback. Forest camp. Leon and the squad huddled up. Demon Lord goes. In my forever life. Double quotes. ... Seen wild stuff. But this is super sketch. Cool spot, but the rest of the plan is trash. Leon was like, nah, this plan is straight fire. He said, dumb to mess up, forever, ... Being safe, the win is literally right here. Crow, I'm totally with the boss on this. Who asked the Crow? Walter agreed, but tried to butter up the demon. Marvis pouted. Nobody cares what I think. Fine, whatever. Pullen promised a full squad. Can't let the boss fight solo? Leon asked. 1Q. Any bad vibes with this amulet? His dad gave it to him. Marvis shrugged. Do no. You're such a downer. Verbal Crow said. Marvis, your dad hid stuff. It's basically toxic. You can't handle it right now. Leon was like, so, Mr. Dima, ... Double quotes, ... Did you want me to snag this for a reason? Marvis nodded. For later, you're buff enough now. That loot is way too OP for a normie. Your squad is loyal, Marvis said. But messy, you gotta get inside their heads. They might flip on you, just like with Dad. Why go all in for these weirdos though? Leon opened the book and cast the spell. Alan scoffed. Think I can't delete you. Leon leaked major magic vibes everywhere. Alan watched the mana swirl darker than midnight. Total goth vibes. Yet he controls it with insane, surgical precision. Where'd this kid learn to aim like a pro gamer? Leon told the clan's ghost squad to listen up real close. Alan's gut screamed, run for it, dummy. Alan knew he had to crash this kid's show immediately, letting him finish that spell. Big mistake. The Marvazair called his minions. Step up, do your jobs. Zombies started popping out of the dirt like daisies. Too many undead. Sylvester's squad was officially cooked. The watching Demon Lord just noted how totally epic Commander Leon actually was. Fluffy was like, he's wild and savage. Just like zombies went beast mode. Humans got absolutely wrecked. It's a trap, Alan yelled. He baited us to the graveyard. Dude's got a whole zombie army on speed dial here. Alan screamed for the kid to quit it, right now. You'll die. Alan swore he'd let the minions go. Leon just flashed back to the Demon Lord's quiz. Why risk it all for these randoms? Are they worth it? Marvis don't play hero for nobodies till you level up. He just needed to get strong enough to care, let alone save M. Leon asked, why wait for fruit to ripen? Boring. Pick it now. Let it get sweet, later. Alan got forced to his knees before the big boss. Alan gasped. Is this just about revenge? Kid? Sylvester begged for mercy, knowing he was total trash. I won't block you. Won't snitch to the Emperor. I swear. Leon goes, since when are we besties asking favors? Alan cried. That revenge starts a hate cycle. I had to do it, he claimed. Get me? It was for the family profits. Man. Leon shrugged, hinting maybe there was some truth to that. Being the family head is heavy lifting, for sure. Feeling hope. Alan blamed the pressure for his crimes. Leon said, cool story, but I'm still not sparing you. Gripping his sword, he said, it's not personal, bro. Just cold math. You gotta be you're zero help to the Marvis fam alive. Alan raged. You arrogant jerk. You'll regret this. That power ain't a toy to mess with. Then Sylvester, the boss man, got launched sideways. Already knew that, Leon replied, wobbling a bit. His knees turned to jelly as spooky black magic oozed out. Walter panicked and tried to help, but the boss yelled, don't move. Just a low battery warning. Kid's got skills like his grandpa. For real. Just one big question left hanging. Can he handle the hype? A total beast is waking up inside him. Traded his whole soul for it. Sketchy deal. Honestly, Marva spotted a sigil on the dead knight. Yikes. Bad vibes. They tucked Leon in. The squad waited for his system reboot. Pauland was moping about failing the boss again. Major drama queen. Begged for jail time. Marvis was like, he literally won't shut up. Would be pretty entertaining to watch. Honestly. Crow rolled his eyes. You heartless ball of fluff. Marvis shrugged. Demon here. Feelings aren't in my dictionary. Leon woke up. Chill, Pauland. No dungeon needed. You actually crushed it. Good job, dude. Walter grinned. Sylvesters are toast without their boss. So, no surprise attacks anytime soon. We're clear. Pauland beamed. With your skills, we'll bounce back in no time. Then Pauland got shy. Slight issue looming. We're totally broke. Like, massive debt alert. The boss blinked. Okay. And the problem is, just make the losers pay up. Easy fix, right? Pauland sighed. Normally, yeah, that works. But the royals banned us from suing for cash. See? Our spooky houses are on the royal naughty list. Too edgy for the crown, so they're curbing us hard. They'll block the payout just to keep us poor. Leon asked, Okay, how much red ink are we talking? 500,000 gold coins. Impossible amount. Pollen nodded. Yeah, we're cooked. 500 grand is basically impossible money, which is a massive L for our house right now. A guy rode up to the gates. Finally, here. It's Richard, fancy magic nerd and founder dude. Then a girl walked up to him and grinned. Good to see you, Mr. Richard. Carlin loan shark boss and total savage. Richard panicked. Pretty sure I paid my debt. Carlin laughed. Chill out. Not here for you. My bad, Richard gasped. Still got trauma from that. Back then, the magic tower was basically doomed. Carlin smirked. That's why you read the fine print. She winked. Bet, we're here for the same guy. Pola nagged again. The debt sat at 500,000 gold. B-A-M, a loud knock. Heads spun. Who's crashing the party? Poland told the boss. Visitors, one dude, one chick. Guy says thanks for the invite and drops his name. I'm Richard, run the hermit crew. Chick's Carlin, boss of the Southern Sleepers gang. Leon welcomed him. Walter whispered, these two are trouble. Leon, sure, this ain't a total fail. Crow's like, chill, boss's secret OP, no stress. Leon's cool. Carlin heard rumors. He won the turf war. She even gave props for the victory. Chick hoped they snagged enough loot to finally pay the sleepers back. Leon asks, speaking of, what's the damage exactly? FYI, family credit score was trash when they borrowed it. Poland says, most of the cash goes straight to Lady Carlin. Leon, new Carlin, top dog of the sleepers south side, runs the biggest shady mob on the map. Worst loan sharks ever to get tangled with. Miss a pain. You get sold to wizards for lab tests. Carlin saw, the dude knew how they operated. She's flattered. Let's cut the chase. Leon's like, so, what's the tab today? She demands at least 10% right now. Pay the other 90% whenever. But don't forget that 30% yearly fee. So Carlin says, pay up, ASAP buddy. Leon stumped. How to grab 400,000 gold. Plus, yearly interest adds 120,000. Who signed this crazy rip-off deal? Poland says, your dad, the old boss. Did it? Leon thought, Dad really sucked at money stuff. Richard tells Carlin, yo, chill out a bit. Let the dude enjoy his win for a sec. Rich doubts he has that much cash on hand anyway. Carlin shook that. Richard butted in. She hates interruptions during a deal. Loose lips sink ship sore. Cost big time. Richard gets it and heads for the door. He'll be back when she's done yapping. Carlin warns Leon, don't claim you're broke. Think fast. She added that his dad used that lame excuse way too much. Leon thought about ending her. Demon Lord said, don't even try it. Zero chill with this villain. No do-overs allowed. Lane could try, if he wants to get shredded instantly. Crow was like, bro, we're gonna end up with Zip. Big mad at the hire. Poland swore, the ex-boss meant well. Walter was all, chill, we'll totally find a hack. He fully bet on the young boss having big brain energy. Leon literally begged Miss Carlin not to end them. Carlin and the squad were shook. Did not see that coming. Rich-eyed, the OG's pick. Meeting late, total win. Mana started swarming our guy. Major power Rich sensed insane magic juice swirling in the kid. Recruiting him for magic school? Massive flex fam. Gotta be a hack to get on his good side, right? Rich popped his skill, conjuring a glowy orb thing. Elder pops up in the orb like, stop ghosting us bro. Said the school's a total dumpster fire. Without him? Rich was like, I'll spill the tea later, promise. Hermit boss said, pause. Way bigger drama right now. The elder was all ears, ready for the gossip. Rich asks, how much bank they got? Carlin gasped. Pity party? Nah. Did Leon think they were scrub thugs? She yeeted a magic orb straight at his tea mug. Carlin told the kid, we're way smarter than we look. Hit by an unseen vibe. ... The cup exploded. Tea tsunami, on the table. Walter drew his blade like, you come at my boss. Carlin's like, only deadbeats catch these hands. Leon dropped the bomb. We got 0 gold. Literally, zip. Carlin gets why he's shaken like a leaf. She said she was totally down to ... Show him what happens when you ghost the bill. Rich re-entered. Chill She was raging hard. She lit up. Rich said, don't kill the potential star. Walter realized the kid actually had a plan. Sick. Leon told his helpers to bounce. Get lost. Guys, needed a private convo with the guests. Chat vibe switched. Just Leon, Rich, and Carlin left. Demon Lord was stealth mode. Invisible to them. He wanted the tea too. Kid asked Rich if he's officially joining. You paying 10% of his tab? Rich was down. Leon Def used dark magic in that war. Leon's like, wait, why do you think that, bruh? Cause y'all would have taken a massive L. Otherwise, Carlin agreed, which is exactly why she pulled up. The girl admitted Rich was spitting straight facts. She figured the Marva's boss got his mojo back, hence the hunt. Leon von Marvest, think the Marvest fam can actually pay up? Carlin was like, yeah, Kinda crossed my mind, but doubted the dude had cash handy right now. So, let's put a pin in this chat for a sec. Leon goes, Rich wants to hire him, Carlin wants her dough. But the guy didn't get their hype at all. Like, big bad necropower might be gone for good. He figured other fancy folks or mercs could help. Carlin's like, either way, that costs big bucks. Rich goes, cash won't win this war, no shot. That's why he thought of Marvis's spooky skills first. Perfect time for a necromancy comeback tour. Carlin added, even if he's got just a tiny bit of old Velen's juice, banking on this genius is smart. But the still their best. She pulls a gun on Leon like, loan sharks ain't playing? Rich asks if they can chat solo for a sec. This talent is totally key for the Hermit Squad. Carlin's cool with it, but needs her cash. She bounces. Leon's like, I don't trust Rich TB. Leon says, Rich is weird. Rich goes, right back at Yaket. Rich knew Leon hit up one of the 72 demons. Fluffy went full lion mode. Who sees me? No contract. Rich didn't say squat, but his body morphed grew, horns and a tail. Freaky stuff. Demon Lord realized they were facing a dragon, but he thought all dragons died in the big war. Rich is like, why is a demon chilling with humans anyway? Rich is clueless why, but it's tied to chapter 1. Leon said no need to stress about it. Marvis is on team human, not like other demons. Marvis agreed, demon bod, but not the vibe. Rich said then the lion shouldn't meddle in human biz. Leon asked what else he gotta do besides join up. Needed deets. Rich said their school is for loners. Leon would get paid for joining. Sweet deal, but he's gotta grind on his mage skills. Leon asks that it Lev called Cap. Why hide it? Just spill the tea, he added. Rich said they're touchy, but he was gonna spill anyway. Rich said you can't buy into other schools. Period. Just rules. One is to crush rivals, but there's more. Besides hermits, 2 other fancy magic schools exist. One is totally obsessed with demons. Lev figured they were scheming, something shady. What's the play? He wondered. Are they seriously trying to wake up the Demon King Bull? He asked himself. The Big War. Humanity's first real throwdown with the demons. Demons are pushing in. Everything's basically extra crispy. Total tragedy. King Esteban kicked the bucket right there. Later, Richard shows up and scans the scene with his magic book. Rick and his hermit buddy snooped around the whole battlefield. Richard claims the king managed to trap Bo during the brawl, but that seal got super flaky over the years. So, weak, the demon could pop out, like whenever, the kid added. Heard his majesty totally lost his marbles. Used to be a boss, now just archduke. He asked about Richard. Richard was like, yep, demons always find a cheat code, but Leon von Marbus should get that, given his squad. The kid realized tons of races, even dragons, got wrecked back then. Okay, checks out. Richard isn't capping, he decided. Leon asked, you blocked me from schools cause of hidden demons? Richard gave a nod. Bingo. So Leon's gotta join the hermits. You'll learn cool stuff. Marvis groaned. That's gonna cost a fortune. Richard warned that hermits aren't a permanent cash cow. Leon asked how to make steady cash since his debt is huge. Richard smirked. I know. A spot, the Adventurers Guild, Carlin's tight with the boss. Get a gold badge, and you make 1,000 gold per gig. Leon begged Richard to just hype him up to Carlin. The Demon Lord called him lame. Crow snapped at Fluffy. Don't diss my master. He just blurted it out without thinking. Richard eyed the door. Carlin's totally eavesdropping on us. She barged in. Wow, nothing gets past you. Richard pointed at Marvy. That's the demon with the kid. Carlin sighed. Great, they just look like trouble. They hit the road, trekking through some nasty ground. Carlin wind. Do I seriously have to babysit them there? Rich said. It's the least you can do for the cash. Leon asked. So, what's the vibe at this guild place? The Demon Lord was like, yeah, I'm curious. Never had this back in my day. Totally new school. Richard explained. It's where folks go to hire help. Squad up and split loot, or go solo. Your call. That's the Adventurers Guild for ya. Be weak, you're dead. You get filthy rich. Marvius muttered. Sounds like a moth to a flame trap. Richard shrugged. Nah, it's not all doom and gloom. The Adventurers Guild is kinda mid, not amazing, but not trash. Snag a wreck from them, and boom, instant knight status anywhere. Mad cash for pros. Leon von Marva asked about the gold badges. Carlin scoffed. Rich thinks he's the boss of her. She listed 5 ranks, copper all the way up to Titan level. The whole ranking vibe. Ghost noob to pro. Rank up. Unlock those big money quests. Leon guessed titanium badges rake in the most cash. Richard was like, true, but that's super rare. Dude didn't even bring it up. Maybe 12 titans exist on the whole map. Insane paychecks, but barely any rich clients exist. Carlin said to just snag a copper badge first. The crew rolled up to the city gates. She noted, Empire laws make leveling up a total pain. Rich said, take a test. Boom, we're already there. Leon von Marves stepped in and was totally shook. Wait, This is actually the guild? Table girl figure drama just walked in the door. Ignoring everyone, they strutted deeper inside. The room went dead silent, eyes glued to Carlin. She was totally chill. As usual, they saw her greedy vibe. No way she's getting cash. Why is this chick even here? Is she with Richard, the school head? They guessed. How's that kid a principal? Made 0 sense. Someone said the world is straight up unfair. Rich looked around. Wow, everyone here hates me. Carlin told him to just ignore those losers. Leon asked where their target guy was hiding. He didn't sense any OP vibes in the place. The demon lord was like, nah, you're wrong. Can't he feel the mana aimed at us? Leon thought. They were standing smack in the middle of the mana. Leon said he definitely felt something weird. Suddenly, a girl with a blade lunged at him. She pressed the steel right against his neck. Carlin stayed chill, aiming her gun at the girl's head. Carlin noted, Rally got way feistier since last time. Don't toss my name around like that. Leon asked, really? So, you the top dog here? Rally asked the dude who he even was. He figured she was a beast, way stronger than the rest. I'm Leon von Marves, boss of House. They dipped into a private room to keep chatting. Rally heard the gossip. New boss at House. She just didn't expect to actually see a literal kid running the show. Carlin vouched. His magic stats are insane. Rally asked why a noble was slumming it here. Adventurers, Carlin said they had 0 choice. Rally eyed the demon. Weird sidekick. Kid. Carlin's squad was getting totally creepy. Marvis snapped. Apologized to him. Leon shrugged. Got debts. Need a job. Fast. Carlin cut in. We need the Anon guild work. Isn't that her best feature? Rick shrugged. Why not? Give the kid a shot. Rally sides convincing. But deadly. Leon smirked. Death and Marvis are BF. Plus, Richard already gave the spoiler. Dying beats, dead. And Carlin's broke anyway. Rally nodded. Fine. One chance, Junior? She spilled her cup. The liquid morphed weirdly. Leon watched mysterious. Lines flowed up. Teleport magic, he guessed. Complex spell, but she cast it like a pro. Demon Lord noted. She's actually a giant knight spawned. Simple test, she said. Only one statue has mana. It's the real one. Go find it. You got 30 minutes, or you go home crying. Leon grinned. I'll try YOLO, right? Rally started the timer. Carlin, hourglass. Helpin' once, Carlin said. Time ticked. Heads up, those statues are fast. Leon prepped for battle. Totally surrounded, Leon dodged a cheap shot from a statue. Rick frowned. Too hard. Even pros would fail. Kid's got skills, but he's just a baby. Carlin sighed. He knows how cruel life is. She noted that his odds sucked, but said, let's just watch. Demon thought, weak foes, but finding the real one, hard. The mana signal is way too weak. Crow knew it was tough, but Leon wouldn't quit. So he fought, dodging those giant statues. Rally watched. Could the kid actually pull this off? Even the best players crack eventually. Leon activated his skills. Bro flipped the mana drain switch. Crowd watched, hyped on his big brain play. Leon's like, T said, mana ain't infinite. Gotta work. With what ya got? So, boom, dark spears. Crowd gasped. Legit, dark spears. No cap. Carlin admits his mana game is cracked, but he totally whiffed the actual objective. Looked like a big fat L for him. Rich saw only one clutch win con left. If he hacks this, he bags the hermit prize. Leon pinged a ghost, flexing his fam's name. Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey, he ordered. Floor shook. Rich knew he planned this flex. Mana equals HP bars, basically. So, anything stuffed with it counts as living. Meaning, necromancy works on the wreckage. Big brain energy. Rich thinks this kid's going places. Carlin had to admit the dude thought he was just a mana tank at first. But nope, his creativity is off the charts. Rally was like, yo, Leon's chill. Wrecked him, res the survivor. Easy. But why is it alive? Rally quit. Golem lore says they're living mobs. Leon shrugged, pointed at the survivor. That one's got juice. So, did I crush it, or what? Rally grinned. Absolute unit. Leon, just 200 IQ plays. Standard noble stuff. You're in. Silver badge unlocked. Rally chirped. Carlin was shook. Silver, instantly. Rally gave props to the Marvis fam for their epic recruit. The demon lord scoffed. Duh, look who his master is. Crow teased. Fluffball can't handle praise. Useless for. He threw shade. Walter spawned in, shocked by the golem. Rare spawn. Living core turned golem. Using this glitch, Leon managed to spot the real one in the fakes. Walt knew he'd dub. Rally called it a server first. Hate to say it, but bros got the sauce. Leon hit him with a thanks fam. So, what's the loot for silver quests? Demon Lord thought, this kid loves gold. Carlin shrugged, saying pay varied by gig, but averaged 300 gold. Given his massive debt, she noted he'd better grind for that gold badge fast. Richard gave props, calling it a solid kickoff. He figured the guild usually took ages to toss a silver badge at a new. He knew Rally was all about that slow and steady vibe. Rally promised his first quest and details would drop tomorrow. For now, she told him to scram back to his room and chill. Leon thanked her for the chat. Walter gasped when Rally fixed the golems with a literal finger snap. Richard was shook by her mana pool, but her control was even crazier. He knew the boss lady was a total beast. Richard called for a timeout. Alone in her office, Rally replayed the kids' fight in her head. She couldn't shake the image of those mana spears and his 6 skills. She thought he was done for. Then he pulled a wild hack to win. Spotting the golem packed with actual life force was basically a joke to the young lord. But he glitched for a sec at the end. Makes me wonder why. Was Leon trying to nerf himself on purpose? The Marvis fam was always dying out. Now they finally spawned a beast. One thing really bugged Rally though. Those dead eyes. What was he looking at? What was going on in his brain? Next morning, Rally briefed the silver rookie on his first gig. The kid grabbed the scroll and scanned it. Target, head of the Arden cult in Chalice City. Big goddess Leon asked if the goal was to track and nab this priest. Rally nodded. Cities south of the capital. Word on the street was this priest was super shady. The kid had to crush this mission. Max effort to snag 100 gold coins. Carlin asked if that was too brutal. Rally said with his skills, he'd be fine. Richard warned of traps, but said the XP gain would be huge. Leon promised he was gonna give it 100%. Rally warned that failure meant bronze rank. Rally noted the other two. Help out, but Carlin snapped. She wasn't gonna babysit the kid. Richard chirped that they'd be totally happy to assist. Said it was an honor to see the young lord flex his skills. Leon bowed, thanking Sir Richard and Lady Carlin. His dad taught him to never be ungrateful for an assist. Crow noted the kid had smooth talk and good social stats. Marvis called it a demon racial trait to charm folks. Walter pointed out Lord Leona was human, not a demon. Leon swore he wouldn't flop since they desperately needed the cash. The priest walked in and spotted a girl by the saint statue. Pop said sorry to his girls. Only one gets to be the chosen holy it girl, with all the divine vibes. Can't mess with the rising star, the other, total loser status. But they gotta merge. So one dies, bummer to be twins. Religion here is basically split into 2 squads. Team Goddess. She made the world and that magic rock. She goes by Arden, the winged lady. Her fan club loves the light. Then there's Team Devil and his 72 demon brothers. Besides a few weirdos, everyone vibes with the Arden crew. She gives cool powers to chosen celebs everyone loves. Magic holy girls, basically. So, this driver is cruising down a country road, hauling Leon and his squad in the back. Before this, the kids hit him up at a bar for a ride to Chalice. Dude was just chilling at the guild pub, crowd watching. He's like, nah, religious drama makes it tough. Even the holy tourists stopped going. Driver asks, why bother? Richard goes, long story, boring details. He looks at Carlin. She nods and slams a gold bag on the table. She said, the cash does the talking. Drive us or we find someone else. Plenty of drivers want this loot. Driver says, if I don't die, sure, let's roll. Blinding greed faded into, wait, is this a bad idea? Chalice was basically a trash heap of ruins. Wrecked by all that holy war drama? New Cardinal swore to protect the big boss, but totally folded under pressure. It was all about that divine juice. No new miracle girl meant Arden's rep was tanking hard. Everyone's gossiping that the blessings are gone for good. Leon thinks they're there to bust Archbishop Cardone for being shady. Walter's like, even that sounds messy. Demon Lords all. I couldn't care less about saints. Marvis adds, with your stats, who cares about morals? Richard just hopes that's actually true. While Demon Lord was grounded for centuries, humans got buff. Can't beat him, but you shouldn't sleep on him either. Carlin said that makes sense, since they're here to snatch the priest's soul. Basically everyone on the map has dealt with that cult. She stressed that fate's been tanking since the holy girls go. Rich figured the issue is those girls only spawn in priest families. Like, obviously, but this time, it's way more serious. The priest hit the twin jackpot instead of the usual solo kid. No wonder the church is wrecking. Only one kid gets the magic juice. Walt bet the sisters couldn't just split the power. Fluffy claimed that inherited spooky powers through the fam can't be split between 2 peeps. So yeah, one sister is basically toast. The devil thought this guy was weird no matter how much he stared. Leon was a puzzle. The driver yelled that they'd reached Chalice, the holy city. The big boss got the update. The guild squad accepting the job had pulled up. The priest asked if they were actually secret spies for the Empire. The assistant goes, nah, the Lotus Guild swore there. Cool. The priest stressed keeping this on the down low was key. Since this whole act was to save his kid, the assistant said hi and introduced himself as Glacier, the head butler. Rich asked if Glacier was the one who snitched on the Archbishop's dirt. The butler nodded. shocked that the hermit boss actually showed up for this. Rich was like, dude, I'm not the one doing the job. Glacier was confused. Then, who's handling this mess? Leon piped up, that'd be me. Butler eyed the kid, too young to keep secrets from the big boss. Leon flashed his shiny silver badge from the Adventurers Guild, proving they totally back him. Quick question before we start, he said. Did the missing twins rebel against Daddy's orders? Butler wasn't ready for such a spicy question about the girls. Glacier said to take this private, since it's a long tea spill. They found a quiet spot and kept chatting. Plot twist. The twins were right there listening. Butler stared at the kid, shocked at the Holy Sea's desperation. Chalice has definitely lost its mojo lately. But sending a total rookie? Messy move. Leon noticed the guy sweating and told him to drop the doubt before they got to the real talk. He added, only time will tell if I'm actually useful. Glacier wondered if the kid read minds. Only high-level wizards should have that kind of skill. Leon said, cut the act, dude. We all know the big boss himself started this whole thing. So spill the tea and tell us exactly what's wrong. Glacier nodded. Totally get you, fam. The butler stepped up. Let me spill the tea for everyone here. Meanwhile, the sisters were still vibing in the temple. Their hearts glowed like split disco balls. The priest was shook prophecy, real. His hands were shaken. Dad was panicking about his girl's fate. Granny dropped the bomb. The Saint magic got split between the two. But to make it work, we gotta ditch one girl. Yikes. The priest went full rage mode. Sign a death warrant for my own kid. Hard pass. He fumed. Granny was like, my bad? Father, don't cancel me. Suddenly, a dude crashed the temple party. Sorry for the jump scare. Name's Caliban. What's up? Caliban announced he was there on official business. From the big boss to tell Bishop Chalice, the deal? Emperor Esteban says there's only one son. Metaphor? Alert. The church better get with the program. KP. When they grow up, one girl gets main character status. The other one, she's just a battery for the Holy One's power. We burn her alive to purify the fake vibes. Dad yelled. The king's a father too. Is he crazy? How can he order a BBQ of a child? Caliban shrugged. King loves all us plebs. It hurts him too. Bro. Caliban turned around. Anyway, my job's done. Peace out. Dad collapsed. Why is the goddess trolling me like this? He cried out to Goddess Arden for a miracle. You gave me these kids, now you want a refund on one. What kind of bad karma is this? The crew listened. Richard added, we've had 0 saints for ages. And now the bishop finally scores. Twins, but the loot is split 50. Classic glitch. The butler sighed, I want to save both girls. No one dies today. That's why I slid into the guilds. Deal. Glazer smirked. So we're defying the emperor. Totally illegal. Leon von Marva nodded, heard the whole spiel. Now I gotta chat with the tragedy twins myself. Just me and them? Private chat. Everyone else? Scram. Room cleared. Leon looked at the girls. Real talk time. Which one of you is down to die for the other? Demon Lord voice in his head. Wow. 0 chill. Dude. Leon thought, being nice wastes time. I'm about results. I'll try to save both, but no promises on the survival rate. And if we mess up, the emperor wrecks your whole fam. Worst case, one of you has to take one for the team. Leon asked again, who's volunteering as tribute? They call you holy wonders, but that's just hype. So, 1. Sister claimed they were born totally cursed. Demons raided Earth, so peeps panicking for help. Holy girls were like super necessary. Priest had 0 clue how to fight WO magic. Boss, bounce. The guard knight warned him. It's way too sketchy here. Bishop yelled. Demon brats, get 0 mercy. Betray God, get wrecked. Dad sat by mom. Mom was all. Goddess Ardens? Goddess. Bishop thought their kid being saint was lit. But big fame means major chores and stuff. Dad admitted he was totally freaked out. He feared his famous kid would just be a tool. Chill Caporn, Mom said. I'll train her to be a total boss myself. She was like, can we name her Alicia? A name hoping for vibes like paradise. Yeah, Elysium. Bummer, not all get Mom's wisdom. The labor totally drained her energy. She had twins, then died instantly. Total bummer. Narrator. Their sad fate was set in stone. Born unlucky, doomed to a messy ending. Fate's sick joke couldn't be fixed. Just a nasty test from the goddess. For real. Leanne von Marves quietly listened. One girl hung her head. Super humble. But both agreed to just vanish. They started arguing why they gotta die. One snapped. Don't say that junk, sis. Leon was like, I don't get it. But recap, you both went off yourselves? He didn't get it. Demon Lord gassed it. He forget. He had to save them both, not ditch him. If both die, dude gets 0 loot. Leon smirked, sharp as ever. Demon Lord, smart guy. Look, I'm only taking a win if you both live. Sis promised, you'll get paid for trying. Just don't let Dad suffer, okay? We don't matter. Bishop's not at fault. He tried his best. Leon nodded. Got it. Then spill the tea on your hardships. One of us expires in 2 days, she said. Unless plans change, I'm the toast. Leon knew time was up. He needed a hack to fix this mess. Rich was like, yo, let's verify, ... They actually got those holy tats. Leon asked for a peek. Girls go. It's in a super awk spot. So, the squad had to bounce for a bit. Carlin's like, if he looks, kick this wizard out. Rich got salty. Excuse you? He's the only pro mage here. Duh. Carlin said she had checked. No creeping allowed. The sisters revealed the ink to Leon and Carlin. Guy admits, you can't just copy-paste the holy vibes. Demon Boss saw only one fix. Folks won't like this, but one's gotta go. Leon dropped. 0 other options. Demon Dude never saw that vibe in his eyes before. Pure rage. Louis said the holy girl debuts today. Caliban agreed. 20 years flew by. Crowd's gonna hyper left. Kinda ruined by that which BBQ preamble. Cal noted. Louis Prevasant had twins. We waited ages for him. Leonquist the Demon Lord. Isn't virtue bad, like letting folks live? Marvis was like, spill. What do you mean? Leon claimed one girl was capping. For sure. Maybe only I see it, cause I'm tight with death. One's desperate to live, the other's chasing a martyr, ending. Leon couldn't quit obsessing. Who gets to vibe, and who gets to lead? Marvis wondered if it was too late for deep thoughts. Leon never learned a protocol for this drama. The prince rolled up. Sup, I'm Dis Von Ar. Louis flexed the king's authority. ... Here to catch the new saints reveal. Townies cheered, but the guy told him to chill. Louis said today brings the darkest, moodiest night ever. But still, that gloom yields ... Too light in our miracle girl. First, we gotta roast the nameless witch. Prince is like, 2 sons? Nah. 2 saints. Also, nah. Yet dad had twins, just to stir up drama here. Totally, the devil's doing. In the king's name, let's fix this live. Punish the witch. Prince eyed the sisters. Hotties. If she wasn't a witch, I'd date her just for the looks. Louis patad the priest's shoulder and breezed past. The big pious dad asked if his girls could make it. Leon's like, yeah, nah. Highly unlikely. But since they were chatting, he had a question for the holy dude. One sis told the other, no tears, bestie. She always knew she'd have to take one for the team eventually. Her sister was like, we didn't even do anything to deserve this drama. Is existing literally illegal for us? Sis claimed the goddess is confusing, but they gotta stand her will anyway. Only way to clear the quest. No backing out now. Beats the salty life they've had since day one. At least they picked it. Caliban yells, tie the witch to the BB. Teary goodbyes. One girl drops a knee, sorry for being fake. She was actually low-key pumped that her sister was gonna bite the dust instead. Leon creeps up behind the girl and charges his mana battery. She gets zapped, lights out, hits the floor. Demon Boss asks, is this seriously your best plan, bro? The dude nods, pretty much. It sucks, but it's the only play. Girls tied to the post. It's showtime. Executioner guy sparks the bonfire. Fire goes woo. Prince calls it her level up moment. Prince gotta silence the haters. Standard procedure. Caliban claims nobody dares. Roast the prince's clout. Whole empire learns. Break the rules. Get wrecked. Sun's up. She's screaming her lungs out. She's toast. Leon and the squad just watch on mute. Carlin's like, Leone, your strats are kinda savage. Only way. Rich admits, it's messy, but not a total flop. Leon reminds him, the bishop wanted him alive. He wasn't gonna judge the guy's mega depression. Barely knew the holy dude personally. But the dad wanted his girls to live, even if he had to eat himself. Stoked to see them till the very end. Total mystery to the boy right now. Figures he'll get those heavy feels eventually. Girl on the grill realized he clocked her cold stare. She thought, whatever, this is karma. Honestly, she totally earned this L. Unlike Big Sis, she was toxic and terrified of dying. So she faked being nice to hide it. Crowd watches the fire rage while she yells. Prince adds fuel to the fire. Girl begs for mercy. Rewind 2 days. Leon asked the bishop who to save. Someone desperate to survive. Or someone ready to sacrifice for the greater good. The holy guy was like, you get the picture instantly, right? Leon nodded, though putting it into words was totally beyond him. Priest goes, guess you really have the eye for spotting this stuff. Cardin promised to spare the girl who'd find peace in the afterlife. So, drama ensued. One sister literally got roasted at the stake. Leon von Marvis turned to the squad like, what's the point? Why save the chick who actually signed up for the death penalty? The demon lord goes, isn't it totally obvious? He's teaching her the ultimate lesson. How much life is worth? Now the survivor's gotta live for herself and the dead girl. But imagine if they gotta pick their own fate. The girl choosing death gets how heavy that is. Way better than anyone else gets what sacrificing yourself actually means. But the one just wanting to survive, she learns 0, not a. Some vassal said being grateful has a shelf life. It fades fast. Give too much for free, and kindness becomes a total scam for users. Walter thought, if this chaos stays, who do we even yell at? Seriously, what did these girls do to deserve being roasted? Richard was like, nothing we can do, bro. We need a miracle girl badly. Even top mages can't escape the Empire. Now the entire world is staring at the brand new Saint. Carlin called it. We are done here. Guys, Saint power 100% loaded. Leon was totally shook. Wait, is the power split? Only half the mark glowed on her chest. Archbishop Carden sensed a major glitch in the system. The Crown Prince mocked. Someone here loves cheap magic tricks. Caliban noted, which is toast, but the power is still glitchy. Gotta arrest the bishop and his lackeys. Like, right now. The archbishop was all. I have zero clue what's happening. That girl standing there? Definitely the one he picked. Louis can't believe the sass. He gave Cardon time just to be nice. And this is how he pays him back. Seriously. Prince yelled. Execute him. Caliban was like, whoa. You can't just off the Empire's top spiritual influence. Plus, maybe he hid the real magic girl somewhere secret? Louis bet the archbishop stashed her, where nobody looks. Why pull cheap scams when things are this desperate? Prince added, we've dealt with this saintless mess too long. Faith isn't blinding us. Louis repeated the order. Kill him. Caliban told the priest. Don't hate me. You did this. Carden shot back. I sacrificed my own kid just like you said. Caliban scoffed. If that were actually true, ... the mark would be whole. Then he swung his sword. The priest just gave up. Then, boom, plot twist. The girl jumped in front of her dad and blocked the blade. Cardone totally lost it. What did she just pull? He ain't worth it. But she was like, it's not just for pops. Better to go out blazing than live a zero-hype life. She'd been hunting for a vibe, just not for the clout. That's why her lil sis had to stick around. She just wanted to ditch this hollow existence. Leon's logic? Don't roast peeps who didn't earn the drama. The girl was all, same rules for dad, genius. She spilled that he saw them as church pawns, not for... She told her old man to get real. He only cared about his own vibe, never treated them like kids. Fading fast, she muttered. Karma's coming for the priest. Maybe croaking would actually matter. Dad rushed over and scooped her up. She was totally out. The fire died, leaving a crispy mess in the square. Leon cracked the spooky book and told the ghosts to tune in. Leon declared, yo, your earthly gig isn't over yet. Using Marvessa's name, he summoned him. Carlin finally got what necromancy looked like. He asked, you down to answer the call and stay as zombies? One sis was like, wait, dude's actually reviving us? The other gasped, is that even a thing? Leon smirked. If being undead counts as living, then sure. Totally their call on whether to get Bodhi's back, minus the heat and heartbeat. Leon added, whatever you pick, I'm rolling with it. They asked, so, what's the price tag? Handsome. He shrugged, sounds rough, but I need loyal minions. The girls nodded. Not rude, just real. Would be super sus if you did it for free. Leon grinned. I'll take that as a yes. I pulled you ghosts back to serve me. The Marv is there. You ready to ride or die with me forever? They swapped looks and gave a thumbs up. He announced, deal sealed. Hope this gig gives you the chill vibes you wanted. Leon legit hoped they'd find peace when the contract expires. Carden just sat there by his daughter's corpse, looking totally wrecked. The prince and Caliban kept eyeing the priest. Caliban sensed a huge magic burst. What the heck? Is there another op mage around besides Louis? Demon Lord was like, bro, you recruited without asking. When you get back, I'm roasting you for eternity. Leon argued, hey, I kept him alive, ... Walter gave a nod. Big brain move, boss. Fluffy explained, you gotta brand the dumb zombies first. Otherwise, they go totally rogue. So branding beats just crushing M. Leo asked how to boss around the smart ghosts. Fluffy's like, use their FOMO for the living world. Unfinished biz. And grudges keep them from ghosting us. Fix their drama, and you get their mojo. Basically, you own M. Leo? Got it. Time to swipe left or right on their wish. Fluffy added, more hate equals more power. Don't forget that, noob. We ain't just scavengers looting dead bodies. Leo cracked the book. Yo, how's Marvis calling? Eli, Helen, pick up the phone. Poof. Only one chick showed up. He panicked. I pinged two. Where's the other? Fluffy sighed. Duh. 2 souls, 1 bod, death mashed him into a combo deal. Walter squinted. Vibe check. Something's off. Leo asked, who's driving? Allie or Hell? She smirked. You got Allie right now? Can you swap? She nodded. Yep. Eli cuttin'. Issue though, Helen hates your guts. She'd rather stay crispy. Rick shrugged. Mood swing. Helen was totally faking niceness while alive. Helen glared at Rick. Zip it. Pretty boy, Boz is talking, Leo asked. So, what can you actually do? If you suck, I'm banishing you back. Helen laughed. Scary words for a boring guy. Chill out though. We'll rock your world. Promise. She grabbed his collar. Getting way too cozy. Into this, Rally sighed. Well, show's over. Didn't see that ending coming? Carlin poked him. Yo, confirm the clear, pay us. Rick admitted. Okay, that was dramatic. Zombifying his kid in front of him. Ballsy. Helen snapped. Eyes off. Wizard weirdo. I'm Leo's girl. Back off. Marv blinked. She's pretty hyper for a corpse. I dig it. Leo grinned. Walter shrugged. Alive-ish. Rally. Mark the quest. Complete. Boom. Silver rank. Unlocked. Baby. Release said the cash dropped straight to the Marva's crib or his crypto stash. Leon's vibing, hoping this ain't the finale. Rally swore he'd get dibs on any epic quests. Carlin backed her up. No cap. Rally doesn't make promises for clout. Marbus just needs to sweat that loan repayment deadline. Leon peeped Carlin's two-faced vibe. The Demon Lord was like, whatever, moving on. This chick's rockin' to personas. Alicia and Helen, first, gotta check the stats on these new minions. Carlin said they basically had to simp hard for Lady Rally. Caliban drops to his knees for the Emperor and his kid. Mage says Big Boss is ghosting food. Total emo mode. Losing his girls hit him right in the feels. Louis asked why sweat a few kids when he can spawn 12 more. Only a total loser. Let's the big sad win. Louis was like, you cool with failing the king this hard? Miracle girl chance wasted. Caliban told the prince, my bad, if the prince gives a shot, he'll grind for the empire. Non-stop. Louis hinted that Caliban gig got wrecked by some mystery dark mage and he's totally clueless. Caliban and confirmed that was the vibe. Since the Saint Spirits ghosted, he figured someone hacked the feed. Caliban said, ain't no mage on the map with that juice, except that, me a necro legend. Leon von Marvies and his crew were just outside town with the bishop's kid. Rally said, spill the tea now. What hacks does the new servant got? Leon admitted, the girls got 2 souls, each with their own cheat codes. Rally was obvious. Shook by the info. Leon told the boss he's ready to show off. Can Rally set up a decent target? She asked. How buff? Leon said. Supero. Leon told her he wants to demo Alicia's skills first. Right then, Alicia popped up in front of the squad. Alicia was like, my bad sir, Lelusis is acting sus. Leon's chill. He called Alicia to flex. Not to roast her attitude. Alicia said she's ready to stunt however he wants. ASAP. Boss Raleigh spawned aggro. Mobs to test her skills. Richard said, it's a squad of forest trolls. These creeps have crazy fast health Since Alicia's still leveling up, this might be a hard raid. Carlin noted that Leon has already shown he's totally cool with doing reckless stuff. Walt swore he trusted the dude. Crow claimed he never doubted for a sec. Leon groaned that these trolls were a total pain in the neck. Could Ollie handle? And she told him to chill. She's got this. The trolls rushed Ollie, throwing haymakers everywhere. Leon cracked the Necronomicon and worked his mojo. Suddenly, Ollie's gripping a staff-shaped mace. She swung that bad boy, sending trolls flying like bowling pins. The demon boss said her raw power screamed. Total pro. Crow was shook. A real femme fatale. Right there. Ollie bashed their skulls in with zero chill using that club. The survivors froze, too scared to mess with her again. Leon told the girl she'd had totally proved her strength. He added, it was Lil Sis Helen's turn to shine now. Helen's vibe took over the girl's body instantly. Shocked he asked, but she loved strutting her stuff. Who wouldn't want the world seeing her on her grind? Helen said they needed a beating and flung a chain. Quick fight, and the troll was totally owned. Helen told him to say thanks for dying for her boss. The whole squad stared at her, totally stunned. Demon Lords called the girl a brave little psycho. Back in Marvis Demons dubbed Mission 1 a win. Plus, they've scored some fresh minions for the team. Basically, the whole trip was a total Leon totally agreed with the demon dude. Plus, his necro skills definitely leveled up. Walt was bummed the crew had to split so soon. Rich was stoked to greet the Hermit School's star. Carlin noted, Leon still owed the sleepers big bucks. Handshakes all around. The road trip was over. Rich said he couldn't play hooky from school for long. Carlin had other deadbeats to shake down for cash. Before dipping, Carlin turned to look at Walt. His boss's genius kinda overshadows the kid. But he's got mad talent, most only dream of. Her boss would totally be impressed by him. Rich told Walt to pray. He avoids that lady. Rich called her a monster. The staff's just as bad. The sleeper boss is on another level of mean. Ritz also spotted Walt's massive potential. He could do anything if he stayed loyal to Leo. Walter thanked Carlin and Richard for the props. He admitted he rarely gets compliments like that. Leon called him his top minion, hands down. Leon added, Walt's potential might top his own. Surpassed hype, he planned to help the guy max out his stats. Richard grinned at the Lord's swagger. Total vibes. Time to bounce until fate linked them up again. Leia knew a smiling exit was the way to go. Carlin rushed, saying, it was time to dip. As guild fam now, he better pay his debts fast. Richard was like, chill. No, need to leave on such bad vibes. Carlin said she hates chatting in people. She just hoped he'd have the cash next time. Safe travels. Leon watched them bail. Locals were super hyped. Their boss was back. Not ditched. Leon didn't get the shock faces. Poland saw him and sprinted over, screaming. Suddenly, a girl's angry voice blasted him. She demanded why he ghosted the place for ages. Leon blinked. Deanna, let's chat inside. The demon lord nodded. He said she's Leon's childhood bestie and era. Leon, his crew, and the VSU girl sat down to hash out the current drama. Leon called her a top-tier spirit summoner. Always helpful. Crow teased. Total player. Another hottie in the squad. Really? The girl looked totally confused. Never expected seeing her bro figure with a demon. What's up with this team? Demon Lord shrugged. Pullen admitted it was a long story. Crow added, it is what it is now. Walter, it's complicated. Diana, I don't get it. Why invite all this drama? She asked why he bailed to join a guild solo. His people were totally freaking out, believing he ditched M during the crisis. Leon had zero excuses and thanked her for covering. She couldn't leave Pullen hanging. Plus, she heard he'd be back in charge soon. Leon asked if she had another motive for visiting. She came to check things. Time's ticking. Leon got the vibe, right? Diana slapped him. That's for forgetting. Leon wondered what big deal she meant. Diana said it was the noble meet. Every Heike fam got an invite to this massive bash. Plus, we gotta go together cause we're engaged if. Leon didn't flake. The butler reminded the young boss that the big fancy noble meet was getting close. Our guy groaned and said it sounded like a total drag. Can't big bro go instead? I don't get why I have to be there. The butler sighed, clarifying that the three dark families absolutely had to show up. Plus, it was a killer opportunity to prove that the Reinhardt heir wasn't just some high society loser. Poland started prepping Lord Marves for the big Diana Varick was just chilling nearby, judging the whole vibe. She was the it girl of House Vesha, longtime BFFs with House Mar. Also, our heroes. Helen was low-key devastated. How could he? She thought he was the only loyal dude in this trashy world. Diana told Helen to chill out. The engagement was just a formality anyway. Diana added that a real queen would only marry a girl. She was strictly into mature. Wise guys, no kids allowed. The demon lord said Diana was being rude, but Crow was like, it's for the master's own good. Poland spilled the tea. Leon and Diana had been fighting like cats and dogs since diapers, stuck together by duty. Their families were ancient besties, so they were forced to hang out constantly. Leon asked if she could maybe let go of his Kala, just out of respect for their close bond. Diana smirked, saying it was dumb to think becoming boss would change him. Disappointing, you're still the same brat, I remember. Leon Schabeck. People who change their personalities constantly are fake news. Deanna laughed at his sharp tongue and told him to go use that sass to calm his scared people. The apple really doesn't fall far from the tree. Huh, she teased. Then she'll shut up fast, remembering his dad passed away. She spun around. My bad, Leon. Sorry about that. Don't sweat it, he said. Dad had no regrets to the end, and neither will I. Diana noted he was stubborn as ever, but he still couldn't bail on the party. She totally got where he was coming from, though, because honestly, she hated these events too. But hey, House Marves had crushed the Sylvesters, earning that Duke title, fair and square. Time to show off to the public and do some networking. Leon nodded. Yeah, I guess you're right. He definitely noticed the other big houses throwing shade their way. Walter chimed in. Boss, you're finally gonna get the clout you deserve. Crow grinned. Awesome. Our master always makes the best calls. Leon declared. Alright, I'm definitely crashing this celebration. The whole country was hyped and partying. Vibes were high. One guest whispered. Did the Sylvesters really take an L recently? Rumor has it, Count Allen got absolutely wrecked. Another guy asked. Wait, who beat them though? It was the Marvis squad, the first guy replied. Marvis won, no way. Haven't they been flopping lately? Where'd they even get the juice to fight back? Crowd saw Leon show up. Perfect chance to grill him. Leon grumbled it was louder than expected. Hates these fancy parties. Diana's not vibing either, but said look and chill is the job. Leon smirked, thanking her for the heads up. She's known him forever, but their last chat left her shook. He's so hype about his family boss duties. He'd literally dive into a shark tank for his house. Is that his vibe now? Leon asked if the squad was good solo. Walter admitted their skills haven't had a glow-up yet. Diana roasted a 14-year-old for stressing about skills. The guy noted he's already outranked Diana socially. Some dude walked up to Lord Marvis to say hey. Leon asked what the guy was chasing. Guy shrugged. Nothing much. Just shocked he actually beat Alan, even if he's just a count, socially speaking. His army hits harder than a whole duchy. Guy heard weird tea about his win against Count Allen. Whole thing sounded super sus. Leon asked why. Guy said Marvis was too cocky, mostly to the girl. He said sorry, claiming he couldn't even picture it. If the gossip isn't totally capped, he'd love to see Marvis's big brain plays. Leon just said, I ended Alan. Period. He wrecked Alan. End of story. Just doing his job as clan boss. As for strategy, can't spill that tea here. Leon said, get in my way, you'll see my tactics firsthand. Young Lord Reinhard watched the drama unfold. Finally, something actually funny to watch. Guests gasped. What's the ruckus about? Looks like Marvis decided to clown himself. Someone said his fam is a joke. Leon just stared him down. Demon Lord figured, let them yap all they want. It's nothing, not even worth a blink. Leon cut him off. The guy claimed Marvis was starting beef. But if he's dissing the Bella fam, he's gotta make Marvis pay up. Leon said, no shade here. You mocked my win first. Bro. The dude added that Lord clapped back hard, basically declaring war in this crowd. Diana told the boys to take a chill pill. She said, Reva's just a branch kid. Can't speak for the fam. He isn't even the heir, yet for some reason he's trying to fight the main boss. Diana was like, in rich kid rules. That is total shade. You ready to face the music for that? Lord Ravi? Ravi scoffed, claiming one win was no biggie. The dude added, same applies to you, Lady D. She smirked, I'd be scared if you weren't such a total joke. Some random guy walked up to the drama, telling Ravi to zip it. Ravi got super salty. Who's trash-talking me from the cheap seats? Leon saw the guy's ego vanish the second he turned around. Who is this? He looks kind of familiar. Memory loss. Stupid, Reinhover sneered. The demon warned his host. Watch out. This guy is basically the final boss. Reinhover mused. Should I just end him right here? Walter asked, can Leon and D handle this mess solo? Pullen shrugged. Hopefully, even if they're total rookies. You don't sound too sure, Bro Walter noted. Pullen sighed. Boz is way to chill sometimes. It's scary. Leon could start a scandal and have absolutely no clue. Lucky for us, Lady D is babysitting the young master. She knows how to handle his crazy side. So, what's the tea on her? Walter asked. Besides being his, not much to tell, Pullen admitted. She gives off big sis vibes. Major age gap. We owe her big time for dealing with space. Cadet Leon? It's giving family reunion, not romance novel. Diana's the least of our worries tonight, Pullen said. Word is, the sleeping dragon is crashing this party. Sleeping who? Walter blinked. Never heard of him. Some rich, cheeky brat everyone avoids, like the plague. He's from one of the 3 dark noble cities. Like Leanne, they totally eclipsed the Marvis. Name's Knox von Ra. Bad news. Knox smirked. Memorize it, or lose an arm tonight, buddy. Ravi panicked. My bad. Totally, my bad. I wouldn't have yelled if I knew I was in the presence of a VIP. So sorry. Knox dumped wine on him. Foreign loser. Just as I thought. Rip to this vintage drink. What a waste! He left the glass balanced on the shaken dude's head. Ravi kept begging. Please, don't kill me. I'm sorry. You guys friends? Leon asked. Knox frowned. Don't know me. That's Knox von Reinhardt, Diana clarified. Heir to the dark house that hates the light ones. Trouble? And he definitely has zero chill. Knox gasped. I save you, and that's the thanks I get. He eyed Leon. We're gonna be besties. I can tell. Leon shrugged. If it helps my rep, sure. Reinhover flexed about being the family boss and said, catch ya later. Diana rolled her eyes, calling the guy the family's total disaster. She doubted they'd hang out much and told him to watch his back around him. Lan Bon Marves was like, that's all the tea you got on him. The Demon Lord claimed Reinhover and Lion were basically Dude was a total genius, just like the contractor. Shame, he acts like a trash bag though. Leon von Marves totally agreed. He'd never felt dark mana that thick and gnarly before. The 8 asked Knox why the boss saved the kid. The girl was shook. Her boss usually dodged lame drama. Knox told her to just watch and she'd get the picture. Reinhover bet the whole continent would know his name soon. Knox said classy or messy. It's gonna be a show you can't unsee. Reinhover was done and just wanted to crash at home. Deanna made Leon tag along, just for show, but he had to play the fake card in public. Leon asked a plan. She was like, you remember how to dance, right? Bet his dad taught him. Music dropped, and they started grooving. Diana noticed Leon actually had moves. Still, a bit of that cute kid she knew in there somewhere. She friend-zoned him hard. Leon was like, excuse me? Diana told him to chill and not overthink the footwork. Just fake it till you make it. Leon recalled his dad saying, a noble always gotta look fly, no matter what. He yanked her close and stared deep into her soul. She thought he was being a tryhard for the fam again. Did he have to squeeze her that tight just for duty? Deanna said Leon was still a total nerd about getting everything right. She wished she could say the same, but she wasn't as bendy as before. She told Leon to zip it. Good enough for him. Guests freaked out. What was that racket? Didn't they know brawling at a fancy party kills the vibe? Someone yelled, it wasn't a fight, just a total They saw Pullen on his knees. Walter stood guard, playing hero. An armed dude stood opposite him. Diana demanded to know why this mess happened. Lord Reba started it. He claimed Lady Various showed up right on cue. She wasn't going to repeat herself. Why the drama? Ravi was shook. Too bossy for a girl with no backup, right? The demon lord said this. Dude started acting all big and bad once the white wolf dipped. Rich kids trip over nothing. Leon told Reba to spill what his minion did. Rivi froze, totally tongue. His aide asked if the boss was glitching out. Rivi screamed at his aide to put a sock in it right now. Dude was a total clown, absolutely useless. Rivi remembered the vibe. Walter claimed fancy parties were just excuses for rich kids to mix, mingle, and boost their social status within their Pooland was like, totally, adding that, since the Marva's rep tanked, they needed the clout. He also pointed out that they owed Lady Diana a huge solid for this one. Super cool of her to tag along. Walter guessed they were totally into each other. Pooland agreed, seeing as they'd been besties since they were kids. Rivi stepped up, asking if they rolled with the Marva's crew too. Pooland blinked, realizing two guys were blocking their path. Total shock. Why was the Barella heir acting so shady? He caught the guy's salty attitude. But why start drama? Rivi mocked the little butler and whistled for his goon, Coleman. Walter glanced back to see a guy with a weapon stomping over. Rivi told Coleman to wreck these losers. Coleman paused, confused. At the Duke's crib? Seriously, that's insane. Rivi spat. That lame nobles deserve zero respect, so quit asking questions. Coleman glared at them, saying the cost of saying no was game over. If you call yourself a knight, you better pull that sword. Pooland whispered to Walter to chill. They couldn't handle more beef right now. They couldn't pile more mess onto Mr. Merves's plate. Suddenly, Pooland took a massive gut punch and yelped in surprise. Clutching his stomach on the floor, he gasped that he was fine worry about the boss. Walter looked up. The bad guy was way too close for comfort. He whipped out his sword, holding it steady. He swore he wouldn't bring any drama to Mr. Walter vowed to protect Pooland. Dude was just as important as the boss. Rivi looked at the groaning mess and smirked, AW adorable. Then he grinned, saying they'd regret being so loyal. Coleman lunged, but Walter blocked it like a pro. Then Diana stormed in, demanding answers. What excuse could Lord Rivi possibly spill now? The crowd whispered, is that Barella jerk starting fights again? Time to see if that win over the Sylvestus was just dumb luck. The girl scoffed. Clearly this kid's too weak to even throw a punch, right? Rivi dared our hero to a friendly little duel. Good show for the crowd. Leon von Marvis just shrugged and said, you're on. Coleman stepped to Leon, blade ready to go. Leon von Marvis sighed, saying he expected better skills from Walter. Walter apologized for failing the boss. Leon shook his head, that wasn't the point. Coleman swung hard, aiming right for Leon. Leon sidestepped, and boom, Coleman froze, gut bleeding out. Blink, and you'd miss it. Rivi, Deanna, and Walter were totally floored. Did that seriously just happen? Leon told Walter he'd better fight that hard for Pooland next time. He just had to drop the one golden rule of House Mar. Coleman's legs turned to jelly. Dude was already on the floor. Boom! Zombie ambush. One popped up behind Ravi, blade right at his neck. Leon said they'd wreck anyone instantly, if they had to, whatever keeps the fam rich and the squad safe. You know, he didn't care who tried to block him. Even if things got risky, everyone had to stick to the script. Ravi squeaked, is Leon seriously dissing me right now? Spotted the prince, freaked out, and hit the dirt begging. Didn't know the VIP was crashing the party, he stammered. Alan was like, skip the formalities, Ravi gushed. You know my name? Total honor. The prince cut him off. Zip it. Alan smirked. Saw that little drama earlier. Pretty funny stuff. You mean the beef between Marvas and Ryan? Ravi asked. Yep, said the prince. I'm nosy, so spill the tea. Why'd those two dark houses suddenly gang up on you? Hard to believe there'd suddenly be a... Also heard some weird rumors about Marvas winning that war. Ravi nodded. Yeah, totally sus. Alan grinned. With some help, you could expose their little secret. Ravi figured since Reinhover dipped, Marvis was just a harmless kitten. The prince could crush him like a bug whenever. Can't sleep on a chance like this. Prince's word is law. But, oops, Leon Zombies got Ravi now. Realized he messed up big time and stuttered. It's super cringe for a lord to get involved here. Why are you sweating over some servant drama? Leon glared. You see servants? I see my loyal squad. Ravi blinked. Okay, but why go this hard for them? Leon shrugged. Like I said, we wreck enemies. No exceptions. Leon turned his back and walked off. Zombies in tow. Walter, get Paul to a medic. Stat. Diana was like, I got your back, Leon, but maybe chill. This guy's barely a threat to us anyway. Making a scene here is bad PR. Smarter to just walk away. Suddenly, Raviscoon grabbed Diana, knife to her neck. Ravi laughed. What you gonna do now? Back off, or I'll end this little charade right now. Don't want your pretty little toy getting scratched. Huh? Leon thought. Asterisk with Diana? Bruh, I'm the toy. This guy needs glasses. Asterisk, Ravi sneered. I know you won't let a hair on her head get hurt, so take your zombies and beat it. Leon did not stutter. He was ready to run it back. Dude bullied the crew and threatened Diana. Huge mistake. Is this guy actually that Leon hinted his zombies. Get hand. Reva felt a chill. You trying to trash Diana's rep on purpose? Leon asked. Demon Lord said, hurry up. Silence usually means guilty. Leon nodded. Silence equals guilt. Got it. Smart stuff. Guess the only vibe check for that is death, he added. Reva screamed. Then I am taking the girl with me. But Diana yoinked the knife and jabbed him in the neck. Leon ignored the drama and started spawning undead again. His sidekick dropped. Reva knew he was totally cooked. Diana was shook. How is this even real? She heard Leon leveled up, but this was beast mode. Demon Lord smirked. Looks like someone has got a crush. Diana was confused. Wait, what does that mean? Fluffy added. This is new territory for me too. Never seen the guy catch feelings like this before? Guests panicked. A murder at prom? With dark magic? His magic was messy, but definitely nightmare fuel. The elite only saw Marvis in two ways. A scary monster or a total loser. The prince watched it all. He saw Leon's zombie squad circling up. Alan clapped slowly. Bravo, dude. Nice moves. Leon, my guy. That was quite the spectacle. Leon shrugged. Most people probably hated it. Prince laughed. I have weird taste. No offense taken. Actually, he was pretty hyped that he just saw necromancy make a comeback in Archaeum. That skill was asleep for ages because his ancestors Prince asked how Leon managed to unlock cheats that nobody else could figure out. They call me gifted, Leon said. I do not see it though. I just know my powers kept me from getting wrecked. That is why I am the boss of House Marvez now. Prince grinned. Hope that power does not turn on us. Leon shot back. I just hope nothing messes with my house. Demon Lord was like, my guy is absolutely crushing it. Tons of snobby families are going to complain soon. But that power move, that will shut them up for a bit. Time to level up, the kid asked. What is the play now? Fluffy whispered. Prince is definitely plotting something sus. I can smell it. Dude reeks of demon magic, just like me. Leon was catching some seriously bad vibes. Def a demon involved. Things finally chilled out though. Barla's fam stayed quiet. Our hero headed back home. Demon boss bet Prince Louis swept it under the rug. Totally sus. Leon guessed things were gonna get rougher. They gotta fill the bank. Especially considering the crazy debt. Plus the mansion is a total fixer-up. Dude said. Time to listen to D. Need a math whiz. ASD warned that his budget hacks just piled up more bills. No way was he gonna leave a mountain of debt. Crow was like, I got a plan. Brel, just become a top-tier necromancer wizard. Pay bills forever. Demon boss called Crow totally nuts. He wouldn't let his partner turn into a loan shark. ATM for life. Helen asked, can we afford help? Good managers cost big bucks anywhere in the world. Leon admitted they'd have to cough up some cash. Dima boss said to focus on the scary stuff right now. Gotta give up stuff now to catch a win later on. Leon promised to scout a decent manager for the fame. He decided to blast out a generic help wanted ad. Rich or poor, peeps are basically all the same. If they got mad skills, I'm hiring him. Instantly, added he'd actually prefer a cheap, humble worker. Fluffy called him cheap. Crow got all offended. Don't diss the boss for saving cash. Boss side. Crow's snacks cost a fortune. No savings there. Crow squawked. That's my earned treat. Back off. Leon told Helen. Go grab pull for me real quick. Tea meeting time. Prince Alan thought. Leon's cool. They were way more alike than the kid realized. The prince rocked a secret demon tattoo on his chest. Townies crowded the square, checking out the notice. Marvis needs a money guy. Since when? Are they rich? Says the boss will hire anyone. No fancy title needed? Too bad most folks here can't even read the sign. Those types definitely can't handle the estate. Cast. A girl hunting for work walked up to check the board. Meanwhile, Leon was in his usual daily squad meeting. Demon boss said they needed a finance whiz. And that they'd pay a measly 1 gold coin for the gig. Poole noted, we literally can't afford any other option. Royals are watching. Can't cash in on our battle win yet. Even though Leon had scored big bucks, it was all going to pay off bills. Leo, check the bank. Just 100 gold coins left. We're broke. That cash vanishes in a month. Crow raged. Are we totally screwed? Crow demanded a deal. Plus, Lord Leon owed him fresh nuts. Walter bet tons of people still wanted the treasurer gig. Gotta vibe check him before picking a winner. Leon agreed with Walter. Yapping won't fix our cash flow. Time to hustle. The dude was ready to roast the applicants. The tryouts were set for the training grounds. The square was packed with peeps waiting for the start. She glanced back. Someone totally just shoved her. The dude behind her smirked. You got a problem with me? He gagged. Since when is he competing against trash like her? She knew exactly who he was. Elsa Denagisi, her hometown's annoying third son. A total stalker who's been chasing her for ages. Ooh, she told him to mind his own biz. Elsa sneered. Obviously I care. Can't let my wifey run off? What's your deal, Siren? She swatted his arm off her shoulder. Gross. Elsa laughed. You're too trashy to start a new life. Siren clapped back. You suck, too. Think titles make you king. Elsa smirked. You know, you're right. He'd bag a nobody like her. Siren said she wasn't his toy. I'll crush you one day. She asked. Why money mattered? Does that make me lame? I pick my own destiny. Elsa scoffed. Like you're useful to a noble house. You just be a side chick for the boss. Still beats dating a dirtbag like you. She spat. He snapped and swung a fist at her face. A weird energy blast flew past him. Elsa froze. What the? Leon popped up in the square. Wow. Spicy drama. Things are heating up, but chill with the mess. Leon hopped on the stage and introduced himself. The boss wanted to get this show on the road. ASAP. He needed to pick the new manager. Like, yesterday? The Demon Lord spotted Siren. Finally, a decent player. Maybe this wasn't a bust. Leon had a sick demon skill unlocked. A creepy stare that led him, peep right into souls. Classic demon cheat code. Demon's vibe, check your weakness and bait you with sweet lies. Once the will snaps. You're totally cooked. Next, the demon locked eyes on the girl. She had nerves of steel, way tougher than the rest. Leon announced the manager tryouts were officially live. First step, figuring out how deep in the hole we really were. We all got maps showing the Marvest turf and the neighbors. Dude assumed we all knew about the major money drama. But hey, thanks to their connections. With fancy families, selling loot could totally save the day. The guy gave us 10 minutes to cook up a plan to fix this mess. Siren stared hard at the map she grabbed. She saw Marva sat right on the continent's southern edge. Trading looked bleaks. Euro cool loot. Just one lonely mine. Even that's tough to work with. No cash. Plus, nobody to work it. Alcar eyed Siren. She knew dragging young folks here would be super hard. Hiring cool knights or mages. Totally impossible while bro. She weighed her one shot. Alcar figured she'd soon get it. A village girl didn't belong with the big leagues. Alcar studied the map, too, trying to focus his brain. Looking at the map, the guy thought it was total nonsense. Leon said quitters can walk, but he's all ears for real ideas. Some dude raised a hand, wanting to shoot his shot. He hopped on stage and pointed out his plan. The Marva's estate was basically a tough fortress with a tiny yard attached. 0 ways to make stuff here. But the guy had a brain. There's a mountain mine they barely touched. Why not just dig way deeper there? Could be packed with shiny gems and bling. Leon asked, who's paying for this dig? Dude admitted he was clueless on the budget but hoped for the best. Or maybe just borrow cash. From the city or some guild. Leon goes, and if we can't take loans? The guy panicked. He hadn't thought that far. Leon called for the next person. Then Siren spoke up. This was her one big chance. Gotta grab it before it's gone forever. Everyone glared at Siren. The guys were so confused. Why's this kid even here? She's tiny. Marva must be desperate letting girls like her join. Their drama started way before this guy took over. Just how it is, I guess? Leon used his demon eyes. He decided she was legit. He sensed raw talent. Just like with Walter. Leon agreed to listen, but asked for her name first. Call me Siren, the girl said, dropping that she was fresh out of the orphanage. That talent spotting skill? Best demon contract perk ever. Finally, the cheat codes were kicking in. Fluffy chimed in. Time to build your squad, kid. Only way to steal back your ancestors' clout is the OG Soul Lord. The guy nodded. He trusted the boss. But recruiting random scrubs? Hard pass. House restoration needs MVPs, not NPC. I'll give you the hacks to sort the trash, the demon smirked. Leon checked the mirror. New skill unlocked. With those glowing eyes, he figured, picking allies would be a total breeze now. Brighter the glow, bigger the talent, Fluffy explained. Leon peeked at the knights training outside. Spot the difference yet? Asked the demon. Totally. It's a rainbow out, the red, white, orange. The bright ones are the keepers. The demon noted. Got it. Headhunt the glow sticks. Leon decided. But naturally, Leon had another question. Cool hacks, but can we actually save House Mar? Who do I even have on my roster? You'll figure it out. Genius. Fluffy teased. The demon just wanted to enjoy the show. Then he spotted a weak gold shimmer on side. Black glow means bad news. The demon added. Leon figured that tracked with that guy perfectly. Don't choke now, Siren told herself. She decided to drop some truth bombs. Boss is right. We make 0 cool stuff and have no loot. So, priority number 1. Get that cash flowing. The crowd gasped. Old news. What does a peasant know anyway? She should just quit and save us the headache. Zip it, Leon snapped. No drama allowed. You guys are still on thin ice. Remember, that dead mine is actually gold. Siren pressed. But without workers, it's just a hole. Problem is, we're out of fresh bodies to dig. So, use the boss's op asset. The undead army? Why waste his necromancy on just fighting? The crowd went wide-eyed. For real, using the Lord's mojo for mining. Does she not get that nobles don't do dirty work? Serene dropped her hot take and waited for Leo's vibe check. She knew he was desperate to make House Marvis cool again. So, with 0 time left, basic strats wouldn't cut it. Trust the process. Serene, you won't regret it. Leo tossed her a badge. Boom! You passed. We'll chat about the deets later though. The other losers were shook. Like seriously, how'd she ace it when they were totally clueless? Others tried to flex, but Leo wasn't buying it. Sun dipped, and the day was basically wrapped. The ref yelled, "Round 1 for admin is officially done. Part 2. Just a chill one-on-one interview." Everyone scattered. Serene gripped her badge. Freaking out. Did she actually crush it? But wait, not over yet. Can't slack off now? Still, gotta prove she's the GOAT. Night fell as she strutted down a sketchy, empty street. Serene sensed, at least for creeps tailing her. She flashed a knife. Way too crowded for this ghost town. Definitely a trap. Some guy tried to jump her from behind. Dude grabbed her throat and started squeezing. Air, cut off. Totally pinned by this thug. Then Elsa popped up. Surprise. Surprise. Know your lane, he sneered. Serene gasped. Quit it. No, can do. Elsa smirked. Your scared face is cute. Plus, screaming out here, total waste of breath. There's an easy fix. Though Elsa added, hand over the badge and dip. No way. She wasn't folding. She twisted free and shoved the goon away. Knife out. She aimed it right at Elsa. Back off. Villain boy grabbed her arm, trying to swipe her weapon. A proper bride needs manners, he mocked. Gross, he whistled, and more creeps stepped out. Relax, boy. She'll live. Then the squad rushed her. Suddenly, dark energy spiked. Everyone jumped back, terrified. Leo materialized. Hate to crush my own fans, he sighed. He snapped his fingers. But hey, taking out the trash is part of the gig. Zombies spawned next to them. Cue the girly screams. Boss Serene blinked. What are you doing here? Just doing boss stuff? Leo shrugged. Recruiting talent means keeping them alive, obviously. Elsa wet himself, hit the dirt, and begged for mercy. He claimed he was totally clueless about the boss crushing on her. Alkar's minions scattered like roaches. Meanwhile, the head bully kept begging. Leon blinked. What kind of vibe was this dude picking up on? Guide was jumping to some wild conclusions. Leon figured Elsa just wanted to mess with his citizen. Elsa swore he'd never look her way again. Leon called him nuts. Leon pointed out that if some rondo had stepped up for her, Elsa would have sixed his goon squad on them both. Leon just wanted the tea on one specific thing. Did he get off on bullying the weak but folding for the strong? Elsa dropped another my bad to the boss. Promised to chill if he lived. The undead guy just swung his blade. Leon said the answer was obsies and tuned him out. Leon flexed his special skills again to get the dub. He turned to the girl and said, all that drama. She didn't need more stress. The demon lord saw Leon wreck the guy right there on the street. Leon said he'd do whatever for the Marvis fam rep. Poulin noted this kid had 0 chill. He'd vanish. No worries. Crow cheered for deleting bad guys. Keep this up, and humanity gets cut in half. Leon was just stoked to hear the drama was over. Leon officially welcomed Siren to the squad. She thanked him, promised to grind, but nixed him his title. Too stiff? Leon said he's just used to being respectful. Did that actually weird her out? Poulin told her to just ignore it. His vibe was way different from other fancy nobles. Walter admitted the nice boss act shook him at first too. She'd get used to it. Leon said, let's get back to business. As the new manager, Siren had a ton of work ahead. He was hyped on her idea to use zombies for farming and building. Siren said thanks, and admitted she wasn't sure if it'd actually work. Needs a sim test. Leon said that's his problem. He's the boss, so he decides what jobs the zombies get. Leon just needed her smart brain and advice. He'd handle the actual setup on the grounds. Siren stared, thinking he was super chill under pressure. Never thought a kid could be this articulate. She figured this dude had to grow up super fast after the mess of offing his own dad. Leon asked Siren if she had any cues. She was ready to grind hard to fix the Marvis family rep. Helen said she wouldn't let Fox creep on the boss. Siren just smirked. Meanwhile, a guy at a massive table in an empty room listened to his minions yap. He thought reviving the flopped house of Marvis was a total waste of time. His sidekick told the boss that for ages they'd been losers because their talent was locked away to save the world or whatever. No way that was gonna flip overnight, but the dude claimed he found a cheat code. A total genius could smash his ancestors' limits. They gotta hustle on the big plan. Siren wanted to jump straight to the first item on the list. She pitched starting a mine on Marvis turf. Siren noted she'd need stats on how many zombies the Lord could control and for how long. She was curious about his power cap. Poulin was like, why not farming? Why was zombie mining the main vibe? Cyrene explained it was the fastest way to stack cash. Crow admitted the report actually shook him. The profit margins looked sweet. Siren eyed the supposedly a top demon, but he looked like a cute plushie. Siren pointed out that mining is super sketchy. Messy digging puts real lives in danger. But the flip side, insane loot hiding inside? With zombies, safety isn't even an issue. Helen double-checked, so actual people don't have to lift a finger. And no risk of getting squashed in a cavern. Siren said, yep, but they still need to scout the place to get a real clue about the minerals and what they're worth on the street. Siren admitted farming is cool. You own land, but to get the best bang for your buck on the cash put in, it's smarter to sell the pricey stuff first. Leon was like, that's actually big brain energy. He was totally down to test his powers before starting the dig. The girl hinted that the Lord's recent flex was nowhere near his max level. The demon boss hyped his boy up, saying his talent was way crazier than that. Walter bet the master would crush any test Siren threw at him. She suggested they stop yapping and do this. She was low-key shocked by how much they hyped their boss. But seeing is believing, right? Leon requested a way bigger map. Siren blinked. How does one dude micromanage a zombie horde? Leon said that's just half his juice. The demon boss reminded the guy that they're just digging holes here. Don't need a mob until the next war. Crow called it a literal army. He'd never seen a necromancer this cracked before. Siren asked how long he could keep the squad running. Leon promised 6 hours daily. Drop the count, and he hits 10. Siren was shook. Most mages tap out after summoning just one beast. It drains your mana bar like crazy and leaves you totally wrecked. Walter nudged her. Ga is a literal pro. Remember, show's over. Leon grinned. Let's hit the mines. He figured a hole. Zombie squad was pointless if they weren't earning their keep. Alan sneered. We gotta wipe this dark magic trash from the Empire. And Elder, you're gonna be my MVP for this. Gotta stop him early. Elder smirked. By the end, they're toasts. Prince Alan nodded. Cool. Works for me. Heard Marva's fam is too broke to run the mines anyway. Let's keep em poor. Make sure they stay at rock bottom. Around the corner, a girl caught every word of their shady chat. So, Herbro blocked Marvis from getting their war cash. Classic jerk move. It was none other than Princess Penelope von Arkheim herself. Her aide whispered, Alan's got it out for Housemar. Bad vibes. Crushing dark bloodlines. Necessary evil. Apparently, that was Echidna. Top girl from House of Light and Penny's best. Weird, the princess mused. Why is he obsessing over one dark weapon? Echidna shrugged. Beats me. It's super sus. Penelope narrowed her eyes. We need to figure out his game plan. Whatever it is, he can't be king. Echidna nodded. Got it, boss. I'll handle it, she promised. Consider it done. The zombies mined 24/7. No sleep, no coffee breaks needed. Thanks to the non-stop grind, they piled up tons of crystals. Think this covers the basics? Leon asked. Siren beamed. Totally. It'll cover our startup costs, easy, she chirped. Once we hit max output, the estate is bouncing back, baby. Leon laughed. Kinda jealous of you, she blinked. He grinned. I respect skills I don't have. No creepiness, just straight up respect for her hustle. Leon knew she'd be the team's MVP real soon. A few days flew by. The undead kept grinding away. The crystal stash just kept growing and growing. Diana checked the loot, and her jaw dropped. What are those? She gasped. Leon winked. Pure sapphires. How'd you snag a mountain of gems in like 2 days? Zombie power, Leon shrugged. Plus, I hired a genius manager. Whole thing was her brainchild. Siren stepped up. Hi. Diana looked at Leon. She's your CFO now. Yup. Siren nodded. I'm new to this whole noble money game though. Diana waved a hand. Whatever. Where you from, doesn't matter. I just want to know. Diana leaned in. How'd you think of zombie miners? Diana added that she would totally join House Voracious. Hard pass. Leon scoffed. Not my vibe. No way was he letting Diana steal his squad. Not happening. Totally. Just kidding. Chill. Leon's totally digging the new girl. Pullen's like, can we even guard that much blink? Pullen's like, bro, we got ... .0 skilled dudes. So we're kinda screwed. D's. Like, easy peasy. We got this. Then, a deal. Leon asked what the damage would be. She wants exclusive dibs on selling Marva gems to the posh crowds. Even a total noob can see these rocks are every rich girl on the map's gonna be thirsty for M. Serene goes, you gotta run the deets. Buy me first. She added, before we chat, I wanted ... See the merch first. You cool with that? Right. D admits Leon hired a pro. She's totally down. She wasn't gonna rob poor Leon of his last dime. D said, sorry for cutting in. Punish me if you want. Leon was just like, nah, ... Not a punishment, a reward. Serene's got our back big time. Poland wants to sign the paper ASAP. Once they see the goods and check if it's legit. D says Varric pays the fees, just to be nice. Siren's like, so sweet, thanks a ton, Lady D. Leon stares at the huge bag of loot. Jackpot, boom. Deal sealed. Finally, Marva's house can pay off some debt. Poulin says it covers 1/5 of the sleeper debt. Demon Lord knew it. He can smell a good pro. Walter bursts in. Yo, big emergency. The Northgate Dam is totally busted. Fix it now, or everyone's homes get flooded. Leon points at the cash. Enough to fix the dam fast. Leon told Poulin, hit up the guild. We need cash again. Dude needs a fat payout quest. ASAP. Next day. Leon hoped he'd be back in a flash. Needs mad gold to fix this whole mess. The squad watched him leave. Fingers crossed. Demon Lord says, the boss gotta go solo this time. Needs to level up his zombie commanding skills. Poland's on house-sitting duty while they're gone. Crow told Poland to chill. It's for his own good too. Walter asked, boss, sure you won't take him? Leon said Walters, gotta keep Poland safe. Might take forever. Leon checked the quest specs. Need a silver token? Or better. Don't try it if you're unsure. Fail, and you're prob dead. Targot to Total nutjob alchemists with a creepy lair. Job. Find his secret stash, hidden somewhere super sketchy. Hit the catacombs, wreck the lab, delete the bad guy. Get the tea on the quest before joining the hermit school. Go bug a nerd named Lanny for the deets. Lonnie was just praying the next noob wouldn't flop. She was totally over sending peeps to their doom. Why the long face? Rich asked. Terrell mission, she groaned. Rich instantly clicked on who she meant. That unlucky scrub she picked from the guild. Hopefully this time we get a pro, not a noob, she sighed. Relax, Rich said. Riley's got this. She'll pick a winner. She trusted him. But this new kid? Way too fresh. Rich heard the pick was just 14. Nay, he asked. Leon? She replied. Baby adventurer. Rich smirked. The little lord sure had guts. Tough gig for a silver badge holder, honestly. You know this kid? She asked, raising an eyebrow. Oh, yeah, Rich grinned. But can he survive? She pressed. She almost canceled it. Don't. Rich stopped her. Chill. Let it ride. See what happens. Kid's solid. Not gonna run home crying to mummy. Promise. Leon and Helen trekked down the path. Saving us from doom. Was that the plan? She asked. Guess so. Leon shrugged. Sounds about right. Skillmaster quipped. Undead life beats no life. Right. We're super grateful, Helen said. Zombie mode is fine by us. Old life serving the Lord was trash anyway. Maybe we're not exactly alive. Alive. Double quotes. But hey, at least our vibes are free now. Best life ever. Helen winked. Maybe notice me more, sir. She waited to see if Leon would take the bait. Into it. Nah, Demon Lord snapped. Leave the kid be. Which, bro won't be interested in romance for like decades. Zero chance. Give it up. Look at that face. Marva laughed. Total dead fish eyes. Helen giggled. Okay, you've got a point there. Sun's dipping. Time to pitch the tent and crash. Demon Lord asked, why chase this psycho-alchemist anyway? Best loot, Leon claimed. Just here for the cash. Liar. Fluffy Spill the real tea. Stop faking. Demons know everything. Fess up, kid. Leon sighed. Fine. My dad ghosted into my dream. Tossed him a charm and dropped some sage advice. Said they'd link up again when the stars align. Leon admitted he's desperate to bring back the Marva's family hype. But he's totally clueless on the how part. His future? Complete blur. Since they were hitting up the Magic Academy anyway, he had one burning question. Time to grill the Dragna guy who basically invented magic logic. About the spell his dad zipped onto him, and how to trigger that promised meetup. Marvis got the vibe, but told him, look, I'm a demon, not a psychic fortune teller. Plus, the demon had his own bone to pick with Richard. He couldn't recall if he'd spilled the tea about the kid's dad yet. But get this, Rue knew his uncle was gonna punch his ticket to the afterlife. Still, he took the L like a champ. Leon realized his old man totally spoiled the ending for himself. Marvis nodded but doubted. Rue knew exactly how messy things would get. That just made the demon super curious about the real story. Why not bolt? What was he guarding so hard? Any final wishes before the guillotine went snap? The demon told his partner to chill. By the time this trip wraps, they'd have all the He assured Leon he was tough enough to handle the truth bomb. Leon figured that exact power is what got his dad killed. Though Curcel and Sylvester were too weak to take him down face to. Rune wasn't exactly a top-tier wizard, but he was still the first guy in ages to actually hear the master's voice. He didn't deserve to get offed by those losers. Why'd he welcome death? Maybe what he really wanted was past the whole living thing. After a trek, our guy finally hit the creepy castle at the mountain base. He stepped in, and Marvis announced, target acquired. Welcome to the HQ4 Antisocial Wizards. The whole place screamed magic happened here. Leon said it was time to hunt down their VIP. Marvaz asked, got a room number? Or are we just guessing? Someone asked why he was there. A girl chimed in, not to be rude, but this ain't a playground, kid. So, make like a tree and leave. Richard descended the stairs, calling out, Lord Leon, don't be shy. Come on in. The girl blinked. Wait, this kid is the founder's guest? Why does he look like he still needs a babysitter though? Richard clarified, he's a VIP, so show some respect. The guild sent him to fix a little glitch. She quickly apologized for being clueless and offered to play tour guide. The demon lord scoffed. These humans are total zero clue what's going on, but looked at you like you were dirt, Marvaz added, and having that nerdy bookworm fight your battles. Embarrassing. Richard introduced our guide, Lonnie, a researcher there. She gave a quick hey. Lonnie couldn't believe they handed the mission to such a tiny rookie, but since the boss hyped him up, she just rolled with it. Leon cut to the chase, asking what he was walking into. Rich laughed, saying the guy never beat around the bush. Richard waved him inside so they could actually talk. Lonnie jumped in, saying she had a huge warning first. She admitted the difficulty rating was totally off. Leon stared, betting even demon lords were clueless here. Leon shrugged, saying he'd listen before saying yes or no. Then it clicked. Leon realized Lonnie had totally scammed a guild listing to pay peanuts for a hard job. But for some random reason, she just flipped and decided to spill all the dirty deets. Right there. Basically, she was bribing him. Was the target an Terrell, a washed-up wizard and chem geek gone bad? Lonnie nodded. That's why she wouldn't be cheap about it. If people knew the truth, nobody would touch this job. Lonnie admitted she was broke. Richard stayed out of it. He'd save that as a backup. Leon was actually surprised. Why bother spilling all the mission secrets right now? Wouldn't it be smarter to stay quiet until the end? Lonnie said she couldn't give this hellish job to nice guys. Plus, there was totally a chance it could work out. Someone who came this far wouldn't want to leave with nothing. Leon told her to just admit it was a total trap. Rich said if she was that worried, just pay up already. He was totally sure that Leon would grab the cash and do whatever it took. Leon confirmed it. Leon said he didn't fear danger. He just wanted fair pay. Lonnie cried that money wasn't key. He could literally die. She admitted she didn't know how good the guy was, but this was way harder than a silver quest. That is because Terrell is the definition of a monster, getting buffer every day. Lonnie added that honestly, his downfall was her fault. She felt super guilty dragging a young guy into this. Leon looked at her, thinking she actually cared. Since the target was getting strong, he told her to chill. He'd handle it. Later that night, Lonnie was deep in thought. She couldn't get who would turn down more cash like that. Lonnie replayed the adventurer's confident words. The guy promised he'd take care of everything. Given the boss's trust, he was a beast like that gray-haired kid. Lonnie remembered how her buddy tried to chill her out, calling it a normal nosebleed. He claimed no talent like hers, but he was a chem whiz too. He'd prove you don't need fancy genes to rock at Magic Research. Flower Boy thanked the big guys upstairs that they met. The kids wanted that forever and ever kind of love. Then they'd skip the nightmare drama, doomed to a crummy slum life like they were total felons. Lonnie had zero clue what Terrell's deal was. She didn't get why he'd ghost her and bail. Downtown Lonnie hit up our hero for a solid. She begged to tag along on his quest. She said those magic caves are totally unfindable for nothing. But with her help, Leon wouldn't be walking in circles. Mr. Demon Lord figured she was being straight with him. She obviously had mad skills he'd see soon enough. Leon thought this chick was a total walking mood, which was totally a bonus. He figured she wouldn't chicken out but face Droma head. Leon gave the thumbs up and let her roll with him on one condition. Wherever they go, she keeps her lips zipped on who she is. Total silence is key, not a peep. Lonnie, the girl was totally down with that. She wondered what sketchy secrets this dude was hiding. Leon said, let's bounce. Then, he's got a debt to settle ASAP, or else he's stuck traveling with Lady Carlin's crew. Guy begged like crazy not to get ditched like that. He just wanted Lonnie. Then Terrell snapped back to reality. He figured the regrets of his life were gone, but he's still got miles to go. He grabbed the needle and juiced himself up. Terrell said the demon party awaits. Needs the Duke to like him. Gotta flex his skills. He was ready to do whatever. Nothing else on Earth mattered to him now. Decided he needed more demon juice to level up. Lonnie was shook that he knew exactly where to go. Impel Forest is basically endless and super thick. Most peeps get lost the second they step inside. Lonnie guessed there was a reason for his swagger. Leon tried to distract her. Yo, why you spacing out? She figured the guy felt her staring, but no need to look so creepy. She realized the bad vibes weren't coming from him. Her mage senses tingled from behind. It was a ghost. Armed Alicia was there. She went ham on that ghost. Lonnie thought it was totally bonkers. Can you seriously smack a ghost with a sword? Theory says you need holy Gia to pull that off. Elijah gave a shy grin. Nice to meet ya. Leon figured the cat was coming out of the bag soon. He introed Alicia, his super pious sidekick. She's my undead minion. Lonnie was like, yeah, clearly. Lonnie asked if he was, like, a bone wizard. The demon laughed. Isn't it obvious, girl? Leon was like, my bad for not saying sooner. He shook hands. Leon von Marves, necromancer, the works. Lonnie mumbled, sorry, I'm totally clueless. She felt dumb. Leon said he didn't care about titles. She thought, wow, this rich kid is arrogant. Just don't diss me or my fam, Leon warned. Okay, changed my mind. He's a total tyrant. I mean, he hangs with evil ghosts? Hiring him might be the last thing she ever does. Marva said, chill. He claimed to be way nicer than Leon. Crow scoffed. Big talk for a Lonnie watched the fluff and the weirdo argue, confused. Alicia piped up that Lord did and say, don't panic for nothing. They bicker like toddlers but are harmless, she said. Lonnie found the girl creepiest of all. Anyway, back to work. Leon cut in. Huge magic vibes here. Probably a trap though. But catacombs don't glow like that, Lonnie argued. She doubted they could be tracked. Marvis said, wrong. This kid's my chosen contractor, Marvis bragged. He's got a nose for hunting prey. If true, his magic radar is insanely good. Lonnie gasped. Did Richard know this all along? Why a trap? Lonnie asked. How do you know? First off, the magic flow never stops, Leon explained. It's totally bait. Distraction, tactics. Terrell used to be an alchemist. Now he's basically a demon in skin. Alchemy's cheap on mana, but takes forever to prep. Let's hunt for clues. He's gonna make this hard, Leon suggested. Cutting the chat and sparked up his magic spears. Elijah blocked the beasts. Careful, Alicia. Don't sweat it. I'm good, he replied. Ready to brawl? Leon yelled. Helen, you're up. How dare these mutts look at him? Helen snapped. I'm gonna school them right now. Helen whipped her chains. Boom and beasts tied up tight. Helen was like, ooh, nice fit, guys. Leon gave props to the witch. We'll handle the cleanup. Leon noticed the damage was way less than expected. Score. He hyped Crow up. Crow smirked. Boss, you ain't seen no. Lonnie was shook. Since when does Leon cast spells? Guess he's not just a zombie summoning one-trick pony. Then the MC flexed his unique magic. Totally crazy mana for a 14-year-old kid. Leon nodded approval. Helen blushed. Just helping a gentleman out? Chill. Crow piped up that a true homie works harder than a growling hairball. Marvis claimed he's the brains of this whole ope. Leon felt the enemy was baiting them. Total trap vibes. Terrell spotted the squad. Why's Lonnie here? Make it make sense. Dude figured her showing up was canon event stuff. Inevitable. Tarl said his fate's in her hands, but don't get it twisted. He ain't dying yet. First, gotta prove Lonnie's super wrong. Terrell called for his love to pull up. Squad hit the temple. Hero figured they reached the boss room. Leon saw the path was rigged just to be annoying. Marva guessed the trackers were some fancy ancient alchemy. Lonnie knew who did it. Terrell Shirk of Back in school, he was basically an alchemy nerd. Leon decided to spill the tea. So, what's the deal with you? Dude guessed. They were way more than just coworkers. Lonnie sighed. Knew that question was coming. Leon pressed her. Why'd you tag along? And what dirt do you have on him? All they knew was Terrell went to some hermit school. That's literally it. Demon Lord told the elf to spill. What's the plan? We gotta be ready. Lonnie was like, I hear you. Admitted they deserved the real tea on this mission. While they walked, she'd speedrun the lore on her and Terrell. Spoiler alert, they used to be hitched. Husband and wife. Years after becoming a war orphan, Lord Richard took her in. Once while walking, scared Lanny clung to Richard's robe. Mage was like, yo, what's wrong? Nearby, bullies were jumping a young elf for cash. Richard eyed the guy. Interesting kid, he noted. Zero fear, zero tears. Maybe his survival instinct is Lonnie begged Richard to adopt the boy. Mage asked if she felt pity. She knew. Pity alone doesn't save people. Girl had to spit facts real fast to bail him out. Skip the pity party. Just list why this boy's a keeper. Just like when he first found a reason to accept Lonnie into his academy. She insisted this random guy would make a totally solid guard someday. Richard rolled his eyes. Useless to me. But his heart is pure gold, she pleaded. Pure guesswork, he scoffed. Plus, he's kinda cute. Richard practically choked. Was that seriously her entire argument? Lonnie paused. Hey, remember that dusty book you gave me? Every brainiac around knows the motto of that old sage. Speed requires flying solo. But go in the distance? That takes a squad. Kid Richard sighed, admitting defeat, promise kept. The mage strolled up to the jerks. Scram, quietly. Kids with me now. The beatings are officially over. Playing hero. Grandpa, one sneered. Move it or get wrecked. Tempting offer. Richard smirked. Maybe later. My student has dibs on the victim. The thug swung a fist. Big mistake. Huge. Manners class is in session. Richard caught the punch effortlessly. Bam! Invisible wall. The goon froze a magic user. Game over. Relax, won't kill ya. Richard flicked a glowing finger. The bully launched backward, like a ragdoll from the impact. His buddies noped out of there instantly. Lonnie sprinted straight to the bruised kid. Richard felt like a dad getting ignored for a new crush. Name, she asked, hovering. And why the beat? I'm weak, he wheezed. One question at a time, please. I'm curious. Just answer them in order. She extended a hand. Come home with us. School isn't home. Lonnie Richard grumbled. Better than here, she beamed. And just like that, they bonded. Back at school, they grinded magic stats and potion brewing daily. Despite the constant bickering, they became inseparable best. You'd act like a bitter married couple, Richard teased. Take it back. They both shouted in unison. Is alchemy your only obsession, Terrell? Lonnie asked one day. I realized how lame I was, he admitted. That day we met. When Teach stepped in to save me, it hit me. Fairness, kindness, useless against raw power. I can't fence or cast spells. Alchemy is my only shot. Retelling it, Lonnie noted how they hyped each other's dreams like their own. Once, he bragged about finally unlocking clairvoyance. Called it? Richard smirked. I foresee a wedding soon. Cut it out? Teach. Terrell blushed hard. Even they were totally shook by the plot twist. Lonnie said his hot looks saved him. Terrell was like, I'll take it. Rick asked if they were getting hitched in 3 months. Terrell grinned, admitting Teach nailed it. Stoked on the schools. Okay. Rick said he's cool if they are. Rick gave the kids a serious stare, praying his bad vibes were wrong for once. Bliss didn't stick. Terrell messed up big time at school. Drama hit right after they said I do. Lonnie asked what on earth he pulled. He told Lanny to cheer. She got the oppie she earned. Lanny yelled to stop. Look what you've become, Terrell. She said they could still beg Mr. Rick to fix it. She'd go with, but Terrell popped horns and wings instantly. He said, game over. So Lonnie ends with, Power 8 Terrell up. He turned beast mode on his own squad. He bolted before she could even try to nab him. So she hired Lord Leon. Demon Lord was like, called it, makes sense why the pay was way fatter than normal hunts. Target. Genius. Half demon constantly leveling up. Lonnie mentioned Terrell. Buffing up right now. Gotta stop him or it's game over. Leon told Laney to just chill out. Dude fired up a magic circle, hopped in, and boom found Terrell. Demon Lord said to step on it. Said the guy reeked. Leon was down to bounce. ASAP. Terrell gasped. No freaking way. How? This man Amaze was supposed to hide him till he maxed out. A maze that big should have been hack-proof. Terrell eyed the crew, totally clueless. How they speed ran the path so fast. Leon stopped the girl. You can't go past here. Terrell blinked. Then a spy mirror just shattered. Terrell was lost on what just went down. A demon pop-up appeared, telling him to scram stat. Demo warned the abyss was coming to wreck him. Terrell was shook. Lord Bao actually telling him to flee, but he'd never chickened out before a fight. Dude decided to prove he could handle it. He swore love to Lonnie, but he'd delete her instantly if needed. Bao was like, you got it all wrong, bruh. The demon guy was like, she's totally irrelevant. But her baggage, pure doom. Terrell panicked. Shields are down. We're toast. Leon Van Marva smirked. He totally knew he'd catch this guy chillin' here. I mean, it's Terrell Church, the alchemist who literally ghosted humanity for a devil deal. Terrell felt a massive note vibrate through his soul. Time to bounce. Pronto. His Dark Master did mention some serious bad vibes headed his way. Okay, yeah, big guy definitely meant him. Terrell totally got the panic attack now. This uninvited guest was rocking a seriously heavy doom aura. Like, think, Terrell muttered about consuming darkness, and decided risking it was a hard pass. So the half-demon popped a nasty spell. Lonnie screamed, move, Leon, I got this. Calling the dark fog, basic, mid-tier magic. A noob mage, like Leon, probably couldn't handle the heat. Terrell snapped at the sorceress to zip it and stop meddling. The girl faced a blast, but Lord Marvis just told the kid to keep eyes front. Terrell figured his spooky dark mist had already swallowed the opposition. It blocks way more than just your eyesight, Terrell bragged, thinking the kid's ego was fatal, until Leon Van Marvis spoke up. One last ask. Am I really looking at the legendary demon fanboy Terrell Church? Terrell realized bailing was officially off the table. Only one move left in the playbook. A bit early for reveals, but he nodded. Yeah, that's me. Who's asking? Name's Leon Von Marves, our hero said, and your head comes with a sweet paycheck. Terrell thought he was staring down a total amateur, but he wondered where the kid swiped that kind of juice. You know, we're basically the same, Terrell pointed out. We both cheated with higher powers to level up. Gonna deny it? The two guys stared off, tension spiking through the roof. Lonnie shrieked, don't do it, Terrell. We can still fix this mess. Terrell sighed. You're early, Lonnie, but I'm getting my way regardless. Lonnie asked what was so awesome that he had to go full demon mode for it. In the end, he'd just morph into the exact monster he used to hate. And look who you've become. Terrell shot back. Dragging a stranger here for cash to wreck the guy you promised to love forever. If being a monster means destroying stuff for goals, you're just as gross as me. Lonnie started, I'm just, ... So, done with these double standards. Terrell laughed. Like the world that ditched me for being weak didn't have M. What did I do wrong as a kid to end up stuck in war and misery? Even if you get saved, the weak just dance for the strong in this trash world. Terrell wasn't done. He added that surviving like him meant only one option. You gotta grab absolute power, no matter how messy it gets. Boom! Terrell launched his demon spear straight at the guy. Leon von Marva wasn't buying Terrell's speech at all. Yeah, I signed a demon contract, Leon admitted, but for protection, not your weird power trip. Suddenly, armored undead warriors spawned all around our hero. Honestly, Leon shrugged. This creepy contract was the smallest price I'd pay. Black Lion figured the magic dungeon showed up right on cue. Dude summoned a mob of zombies instantly. Mad, impressive. Plus, top-tier zombies. No cap, absolute units, with potential. Terrell asked, what's the diff? You guys crave power too. Leon was like, huge difference, bruh. Leon noted Terrell just wrecks everything he touches. Only greedy snatchers pull stunts like that. Terrell smirked, wondering how he'd handled the whole world turning on him. Gonna stay a saint? He's just hiding behind fancy speeches. Liam blinked. Wait, you think I'm a big shot lord? Hero said being weak forced him to end his dad himself. Leon shrugged. Zero choice, so I don't stress it. But is Terrell in the same boat? Then the hero whipped out the neck. Leon roasted him for betraying the crew. Zero regrets. Huh? Zombies got the memo and rushed Terrell immediately. Terrell called M lame puppets and tried fighting back. Terrell was confused what demon gave this kid such juice. Is the Archman himself babysitting him? But for what price? Terrell asked what the kid traded. Big deals need big payments. Kid Mage, better explain his deal. Leon was like, nothing special, dude. He gave all he had. Leon said, my existence, only valid payment. Terrell figured the kid was just bluffing hard. He downed a potion to buff up, planning to choke the truth out of him. Helena rolled up, weapon drawn, getting way too close to Terrell. Terrell saw his shield smashed. How's that even possible? Leon seized the chance, rushing in and landing a massive chest hit. Terrell went flying from the impact, wheezing and coughing up blood. Totally absurd. No way he'd lose this easily. Terrell screamed, he'd swap 100 souls right now. Black Lion roared, don't you dare bark at me. Terrell realized this wasn't just an archman, it was a dimensional boss. Marvis asked if the pup knew him. Terrell was like, duh, Lord Marv. But why does a demon lord care about this kid? Marva said Terrell's weak because his imagination sucks. Did Terrell really think the sacrifice was the only reason he gave the boy insane magic? That power just unlocked the kid's own crazy mana. Terrell was internally screaming total unfairness. He grinded for XP with human lives, while Mr. Lucky just spawned with max stats. No way that kid deserves such op powers handed to him. Fate, yeah. She's the biggest troll of them all, Terrell griped. Lonnie's jaw dropped. Wait, did he actually delete his own dad? That rang a bell for the girl. She'd heard this tea spilled before. The baby boss who used demon hacks just to win a turf war. So he's the legit emo prince. Sold his soul for cheat codes. What kind of mess? Had Leon stepped in? Demon Lord was like, skip the drama. Grab popcorn. Leon's about to pop off. Out of nowhere, a scream pierced the air like a siren. Helen plugged her ears, totally over it. Crow shouted, yo! Heads up! Ceiling went boom. Terrell ranted, he's born gifted. I got zilch. The universe basically left him on red. Massive beast crashed the party through the new skylight. Meet my DIY project. Terrell smirked. Ready to flex? Leon clocked it, instantly Chimera, alert. Lonnie looked shook. Where'd he buy that? Amazon Evo? And why though? Don't let him pet the dog, Lonnie yelled. Too late, noob, Terrell laughed. The snacks inside the beast were yelling. Not cool. Man, why? Astero rolled his eyes. You're buffing me? Say thanks. Terrell hopped on the monster like a twisted rodeo star. Gross. Dude, why? Lonnie gagged. That thing is nasty. Illegal dark arts using people. Major cringe, the girl snapped. Black Lion bragged. Fed it my soul for maximum angst power. Literally the sketchiest magic ever dropped. Kinda cool, Helen shrugged. Crow frowned. Nah, bad news. Young boss might get wrecked. He needs a carry. Stat. Terrell swore he'd catch the dub, ignoring the runaway. Advice. He was dead set on proving Bao was trippin'. Go to steal the Demon Slayer's soul and add it to mine. The Noobstero realized he was stuck. Glitched in the Matrix. Leon told his squad, back it up, I got this. I want power. So what? Terrell yelled. Hating isn't a crime. He popped his ult and rushed in like a caffeinated squirrel. Leon didn't even flinch. "Listen up, loser," he said calmly. Main character energy spiked as he grabbed the creepy book. Demon Lord panicked. Wait, is he going full beast mode with that book? Everyone bail. Like right now. Helen yanked the elf away. "No brain power, just move. Gotta follow the boss's orders or get wrecked. Nobody gets to destroy stuff for zero reason," Leon stated. "Even I don't pull that stunt, and I run the zombie squad." Lonnie's brain clicked. She'd read this in a wiki somewhere. Oh snap, it's the Silk of Eclipse, the Marvis founders' op cheat code. A legendary hack nobody's used in forever. Chimera and Terrell were stuck dead center in that glowy mess. His crew was totally shook. Seeing that spell wreck their opponent, why? Dust settles. Lonnie checks in. "I'm chill," Leon says. Marvis rolls his eyes. "Dumping all your mana. Dumb move. Unlike zombies, I recharge." Leon claps back. Then he turns to Lainey. "You good?" She just zones out, thinking of Terrell's sweet talk. Leon shrugs. "Look, I don't get the whole romance drama. Feelings. Yeah, I barely get happy or sad. It's a blur. But I can see you're hurting right now. Even he isn't that dense." Lonnie sighs. "Why'd Trill go? Totally psycho. I didn't order a hero, just wanted a normal guy. Basic was fine." The Demon Lord snorts. "Nice try, comforting her. Just spitting facts," Leon mutters. Crow grimaces. "Bro, you made her cry. I dig bad boys." Helen winks. "Anything else?" Demon asks. Leon looks at Lainey. "Does killing that beast bump my pay?" Lonnie actually cracks a smile. "With that mess? Yeah, bonus time. But let's bail first." Back at the crib, the announcement drops. Lord Leon is in the house. Walter bows. Poulin panics. "Any scratches, boss?" "I'm solid," Leon says. "We heard about the raid," Walter adds. "Even top-tier pros would have wiped on that quest. Yet this kid just crushed it at 14. Super sketchy though," Poulin notes. "You tanked your mana. Is your brain okay?" Leon waves him off. "Thanks, Mom. The fight was a breeze. Something else is bugging me. It's annoying. Same vibe as meeting Alicia and Helen. Seriously, it's driving me up the wall." "Moving on," Pul says, handing over a fancy wax-sealed letter. "Open it. It's the good stuff. He got into Alphonte Academy. Big leagues. You're finally cool enough for this place." Poulin sniffs. "I might actually bawl my eyes out. Alphonte is basically the Hogwarts of the Empire, where every wannabe hero goes to swing swords or cast spells." Leon recalls his dad saying, "That place will level you up." Run said, "Kid, your talent is you'll go far. You'll finally meet people your age. Some might even be more cracked than you. Stay tough, 'cause I won't always be there to carry you." Leon replayed the words. Sky-high potential. Poulin was like, "Yo boss, ditch the boring estate work and go live that student life." He promised to handle all the heavy lifting so the kid could chill. The demon dude rolled his eyes, calling Alphonte a mere sandbox for clueless rich brats. "Why hang out there?" Leon shrugged. "I do what I want, bruh." The demon snarked that school is for, like, actually reading books. Since Leon knew basically zero about literally anything, he'd probably flop hard in class. Leon sighed. "I get it, but I gotta meet a guy there. Plus, he felt his dad would have totally wanted this. Can't let Pops down?" Poulin nodded. "Solid point, sir. With the best teachers around, it'd be a breeze. To fix the Marvis family rep, easy peasy." The maid asked, "You sweating it?" "It is the famous Alphonte." "Man, no biggie," he replied. "Stuck in the final boss's body. Unlucky. Just gotta grind to survive. Even in this weak bod, he could ride on the Reinhofer clout. Just gotta fake it till he makes it. Basically, play the dream villain and race the clock. He'd roleplay Knox von Reinhofer till the bitter end."